Here we go. So we're back with episode 8 of the OurTeam podcast. We've got JD crossover this week. How amazing is that? Guys, as always, I'm joined by Josh and Jakel. Jakel, 12-0 this week.
Yeah, finally got that done for you. Happened to get a really, really easy 12-0 run. Probably the easiest I've had it, and I don't know, that might be my easiest one. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah, you've got a couple of matchups with a mate, right?
Yeah. So call me chef. So shout out to the bro there. I know you'll be watching, so I appreciate those, bro. Because I couldn't be bothered with the sweat, bro. I was just trying to get that over and done with.
You matched up with him on the 12-0 game as well, didn't you?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, he was in the stream. You know. Oh, hey, 2K, that ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so it was good though.
Happy days, got it done. Josh, what's been going on this week?
Man, it's been a bit of a shaky week, but other than that, just chilling, man. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to go in terms of content. But I'm gonna figure out eventually with the help of Jazz and his creative process. Just gotta wait for that to strike in.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out. Everyone loves you, Josh. We just you gotta just figure out what you want to do, because I think all your content's great. You just gotta figure out what you want to do, man. Like, yeah, I think you'll do that this week. Speaking of Jazz's great ideas, Jakel, you're doing these blind gameplays now.
Yeah, these blind gameplays, man. I've been loving these, bro. Like, so yeah, the Maxwell, honestly, like, he is an amazing card for real. Like, the opponent that I versed was a bit of I can't really, you got to take that with a grain of salt. He was pretty trash, but so like you can't really hype a card up too much. But like, yeah, hit him with that shot, whatever that shot is. I don't know what that shot is. It's pretty smooth. It's like a bit of D Wade. I thought that's what D Wade would have, that release. That's what that felt like.
I've used him once online since you got him, and yeah, he's pretty green, isn't he?
Yeah.
I've seen when Jazz told me that you were gonna do that, like he explained the concept first, and before he even told me what it was called, I said, like a blind gameplay. He said that's literally what I told him. I'm like, that's like, it's creative, and like that's different.
Yeah. If anyone's seen the intro for that Cedric Maxwell too, you would have laughed. I showed off his best career plays. You see that? His best career plays, and it's just 3 layups.
He's a goat. The intro to the previous video, I haven't seen the Cedric one yet because I was streaming yesterday. But yeah, the intro to the previous one, that it's your boy one.
Yeah.
Like that.
Guys, no, Jazz doesn't like that.
Yeah, it was so funny. Guys, as always, please like and subscribe. Like, leave a comment. These are the best things you can do. This has been amazing. Like, we don't talk about this enough. This is the 8th podcast, right? It's the 8th week of doing this. And I don't think there's been many projects, from an idea to actual, delivering it that has been backed by the community like this much, whether it's you guys who are playing the game at home or these amazing guests that we have on every week. We really appreciate it, guys. We got over 100 comments on the podcast last week, and it led on to, a couple of streams and things like that as well. So we're doing other things. Yeah. Just so you know, I did my first stream yesterday. It was like the most fun I've had in a long time. Basically what I'm going to do is on Fridays, I'm going to stream and announce the guests. So you guys obviously knew JD was on this week. But this Friday coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do a stream, and we're going to announce the guest for next week. Hopefully Josh doesn't give it away by the end of this podcast. But then also what we're going to do is on Monday, which is tomorrow as you're watching this, I'm going to do a stream at 6 p.m. Eastern as well, where we'll kind of react to the podcast. I'll get Josh on there, Jakel hopefully as well. But come and join us there. But as always, guys, like I said, like and subscribe. These are free things. They take a second of your time, and it really gives us momentum. Drop a comment, let us know anything that you enjoyed or didn't enjoy or disagreed with. We love it when you disagree with us. That's probably my
we want to hear every single thing, whether you think it's silly, funny, angry, serious, just we enjoy all of it, and it all matters because it just shows you guys all care about this whole podcast and everything that we're doing. So we appreciate it all.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, so we start with a question as always. This is actually a question we asked DBG, but we've never answered it ourselves. And my answer is going to be super controversial. I know that. Guy called Aiden Fitzpatrick. So guys, like I said, leave a comment. We'll pick it up and discuss it next week. Asked who we want in fan favorites if they released similar kinds of packs this year.
Yeah, this is my question right here. The boys I want, Darren Williams. All right, I want a Darren Williams. I want another Monte Ellis. Those are the kind of cards I want there. And then big men, I would love like probably a Shaq that can shoot threes already. I'm keen to just get that in there.
Yeah.
And maybe just a better Symbiola. Give me a better Symbiola because that Symbiola was pretty
Yeah,
trash.
so unusable.
Oh my God.
It was so
So
god
unusable.
Worst
awful.
XP challenges.
But give us a cool
Jeez.
Symbiola, or you know what I mean, like someone like that. Then yeah,
Yeah.
that's a funny card. But
I
it's,
want
could be well.
Rudy Fernandez. I want either Opal or Pink Diamond Rudy Fernandez. That was a card I was like, I love. Who else did I like? I want a Galaxy Opal Terry Dissinger. We got to get a Galaxy Opal. And we got to get a Galaxy Opal Jack Marin. Definitely got to get a Galaxy Opal Jack Marin. I got to see that.
Yeah.
Like a way quicker release too.
You think the fan favorites are just going to be like all the players from the 60s, like Donald, Wayne Embry?
There's no way they can make
no.
Donald better. The only way they can make him better is if they just
Let
turn
me
him
tell
into
you
a Dark
something.
Matter.
If they give us some damn Cedric Maxwell fan favorite, I'm not going to be happy.
It's a good card. You said it's a good card.
I don't care. Don't be giving me that no fan favorite.
What about a Galaxy Opal Terry though? You like that card?
I would. That's because that card is like the most hyped. You know what I mean? Like that card was amazing. If that was an unlimited reward and just knowing the card, I would. Yeah.
What about Pink Diamond Rudy? How would you feel about that? I think he'd be pretty.
Yeah, Rudy's
off range.
Yeah.
Off range, Jesus Christ, he would be.
Yeah.
So there's only one card for me, Larry Johnson.
Oh my God, no. He has to go. Everybody tell Jazz, sell Larry Johnson right now. No. Start the hashtag. Hashtag bye Larry Johnson. That's the hashtag.
Bye, Larry.
I need to go to my happy place, guys. This isn't cool. I'm not.
That's where Larry Johnson lives, right there.
Larry Johnson, guys. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I watched that gameplay.
The one from yesterday. I was commenting on it, right?
Impressive.
Was Larry Johnson not the most goated card in that video?
I don't know. Jordan had 38. Though.
Hey,
But he rage quit.
No, Jordan had 38.
Larry Johnson went 5 for 5 from 3 against Dark Matter Michael Jordan, and he rage quit.
He was shooting anything.
Here's a little conspiracy. Here's my conspiracy with their gameplay. His little brother was playing on that account. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. How he got Mikhail? How he got Mikhail? Who he paying to get there? He did not get that Mikhail.
Did you see the shots he was that guy was taking back? If I had Opal Jordan, I was gonna run everything through him, but I was not shooting shots like that. Like he was just, oh man.
Jazz, maybe he was doing a blind gameplay, but really blind.
It doesn't matter where I go, dude. This is still stressing me out.
Larry J.
Come on, Larry Johnson, like Dark Matter card would be goated. No, the card would be great.
If they made him like 6'10", I might want to use a 6'7" power forward, small forward. You better run him at the 3 next time if they give him a pink diamond. If you run him
Larry
at the 3,
can guard all 5
with it.
positions, dude.
No, he cannot. No, he cannot.
Yeah, you seen the arms on that man? That man got some big arms, bro.
He got little. That's how Larry Johnson looks. It's like this with little T-Rex arms.
He is goated. He's goated. I'm not hearing anything different. All right, cool, guys. A lot happened this week. In the game. It was kind of set up to be a slow week, and then all hell broke loose. Right, that's basically what happened. First of all, we got the spotlights, which literally ruined my life because I was like slow burning XP, and I kind of had this strategy. I do like one day every sort of 3-4 days. I could just chill, get a bit of XP done, and it was so easy as well. The XP this season, like it's really easy. And then out of nowhere, they dropped the spotlights. So I went from being ahead to being like 100 hours of gameplay behind. So I'm now chasing my tail. I don't know what I'm going to get done like first. I need to get the XP done, I think. What do we think of the spotlights, guys? The cards that are available, all of that stuff.
Not touching them anytime soon. Like I'm probably going to start next week, but I don't know, man. I don't even think I'm going to do that when I'm going to do the XP grind, most likely. But I'm so far behind, to a slow start. I'm really not feeling it, just I'm not feeling to do this grind, but John Wall looks so good. Like
it does.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
They're cool as for the people who just want to play offline and stuff like that. I love that for those guys, and those guys who are okay to play a lot of offline games. I understand, like that's a really cool thing for them, and just but when you just want to look at it like in terms of what cards are coming, like geez, like what is next week? You know what I mean? Are those cards already going to be outdated in a week or two?
It's not even what is next week. It's what is yesterday, right? Like
yeah. So that's exactly what I mean.
Out, like,
so imagine in another week or two how outdated those cards will be. There's going to be John Wall's bigger brother some guy from the 60s we ain't never heard of. He about to come out of nowhere. You watch this.
Yeah.
For real.
Just one of the cards that was like massively overhyped. That Sydney Wicks, that household name that he is. So I did his one first. Really excited to use him. Everyone said he was like Giannis. Like he looked like Giannis on paper. He's absolute garbage. Like why is everyone so excited about that card? What did I miss?
What did I say? What did I say? I put it in those little capital and then non-capital. I did. Everyone keeps saying Sydney Wicks is Giannis, bro. As soon as I heard that, I said, be quiet. Don't ever say the man's what? How tall is he? 6'8"?
Yeah, I mean he's got a good
with
play.
An 8 foot wingspan.
And you're gonna compare him to Giannis, who is 6'11". First of all, right there, you already ruined it. You ruined the whole
3 seconds to put Larry Johnson back in his spot, bro. Like it was
hey, real quick though, Josh. Do you love Zion?
The dark matter?
Any Zion? Did you love the diamond?
I mean, he was good, but you know, he's
now you just hated. Now you just
no, he was good. Like, you know, for the time he was good.
Because Zion is so good at the 4, and he's 6'6". Larry Johnson, 6'7". Come on.
No.
It was legitimately Diamond Zion that I put back in that spot. Like, I played Sydney for a game. And I was like, nope.
I don't like using like. That's the thing. Like the reason I don't like using undersized power forwards. Like literally yesterday in Unlimited, this dude has a front court of freaking Hakeem Olajuwon and Shaq. What the hell is Zion doing with those two? What is Zion doing?
Shooting threes.
He's running loops around him. He's running loops around him.
All right, but what about when I need to get a rebound on defense and then he got Hakeem down there grabbing everything?
Hey, that's what your center's for. Tell that big boy to get down there.
What you mean? No, my power forward is there to get rebounds too. I use Lamar Odom.
So Zion's running the floor.
Let's skip ahead. Like, are you saying Dark Matter Zion is unusable as well? Because he's the same height.
Hell no. That's first of all, he has the Kobe base, so his jump shot is a lot
different. Hold on. You were saying he's useless because he can't rebound.
No, Diamond Zion. Dark Matter is different. That's a whole.
He's still 6'6".
1, 2, 3. No, but that's a big jump. That's 3 tiers. It's different. Three tiers is different, man. That jump, 99.
He's shiny. He's shiny now. He's shiny now. He good.
Is he? I don't want him on my team, but he's. I run him at the 3 actually, if anything.
That card looks absolute. Guys, let's chat about this. Like,
can we talk about Paul George?
We can talk about Paul George.
Wait. Before both of those, what about the stupid whole auction house thing that just happened?
I'm gonna touch on that after. Let's go through the content because let's talk
about the poor people who just got robbed of so much MT and money.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it literally crashed while I was on stream. I lost like 4,000 XP in a game. Like it was bad. But yeah, let's do the cards really quickly, and then we'll talk about that because I think that's going to be a longer conversation. I think. These cards, I got this wrong. I said they were going to slow burn this season, and actually they needed to slow burn this season, right? Because they are way ahead now in content. Like we have 6 months left of the year, and look at the 2 cards they've just released. Like, does this make any sense?
Yeah. But you gotta admit, man, them cards look fire as hell. I ain't even gonna lie. That's the craziest card art I've seen by far.
All the
card art is wicked.
It's amazing.
But yeah, these cards are like, these cards are just, I don't know. I'm guessing if you really look back at the other 2Ks, like DBG said, it's maybe not looking as crazy as you would think, just because
I think that changed with this drop, though, man. I think that changed.
Yeah.
Because look,
well, I can't say because I'm not gonna look at attributes. I still want to do blind gameplay on them when I get to use them.
Yeah.
So I've got someone to use the account, so I don't actually want to know the attributes and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm guessing that they're insane.
All jokes aside about that gameplay I uploaded yesterday, like that Jordan was unstoppable. I literally couldn't stop him. Unless he took a bad shot, he was scoring on every possession. Like, I did not expect them to be this. I thought they'd like Dark Matters would be, they'll start at like the 90s, right? Like 90 pace. Like everything will be 90 or above. But this is like almost like 99 everything. That's literally what these cards are. Like it's such a huge jump from where we were the day before. I just didn't expect this leap. What do you think, Josh?
Like the content caught me off guard. Like I'm looking at these cards, and I don't know if you guys remember when we got out of position LeBron? Yeah. That LeBron had like, I believe 40-something Hall of Fame badges. Yeah. And that was probably like towards May? May maybe we got him?
Oh, way later, yeah.
It is in March, and we have cards like this. It's the beginning of March, right? It's the beginning of March, and we have these cards, and I'm just like, whoa, like it's scary. You know what I'm saying? It's scary. And then not even that. I was so convinced that like you had to be. I know the height requirement to Curry slide was 6'8". It turns out that 6'9"
Paul
George can Curry
yeah.
slide. So apparently there's a height threshold and also a weight threshold. So I don't know if they're gonna drop because I remember early in the year there was a Diamond Magic Johnson who could actually Curry slide. I don't know if this one can too. But yeah, like just these cards are amazing, and like I really need that Paul George on my team.
That Paul George might be the best card in the set. Like,
yeah, that's what people are saying.
If he could run the 2, he would be. That's what I think.
They knew what they were doing. They had to stop that. They didn't want to. Chase McGrady would have been irrelevant if that card could run the 2.
Yeah, I mean, but the whole market has crashed. Like literally the floor came out of it. Pink Diamond's like 5K.
I'm hearing Anthony Davis is like, what you call it, 200, 300K right now around that price.
I mean, once D-Rob drops, he's going to be 100, right? He's going to be a buy now.
Man, and he's still good though. That's the thing. He's still good.
Yeah,
you know, he's still.
And
good.
that's not to think of any centers that come out between now and then. But this is crazy, guys. Like literally, I literally said the market fell out yesterday, and we'll talk about the auction house issues now. But yeah, I mean, this Dale Ellis came out. He was going for like 5K. It's a pink diamond and a good one.
He's 5K.
Like literally, there was a point where his price had dropped down to 5K because of people pulling so many from packs. Like that's it. They just totaled everything in a day. We got 6 months.
I think the game's gonna burn out fast like this. Like the content is too like the content is good, but it is too soon. Like, oh man.
If good pink diamonds are going for that price now, people could be quick selling them a week from now. Like, what are we like? Why have they just blown their load on this drop? Like everything, just absolutely everything.
Terry is Thanos right now. He ruined the game. His existence.
It is Terry's fault. Absolutely.
Man. The Terry effect.
Cool. Right. Yeah. The auction house. Let's talk about that quickly. So, I mean, you do a content drop like that and your servers go down. And like you said, Jaquel, I mean, that was brutal if you had one of those high-end content.
I seen somebody posted they got 6 Zions for 100K each.
Oh my God.
You know how much MT that is and how much real money that people would have actually spent. Yeah, how much real money people would have spent to actually get that card. Like,
how did that happen? I wanted to get it. I would have caught a Zion for 100K. Well, it was a slamp or something? Or it was like
people basically put bids up, right? And then the auction house crashed so no one could get in it. So those cards just expired with those bids.
Yeah. Because of 2K, like the whole error coding and people were getting kicked out of MyTeam and then some people weren't. So it was just...
Oh, you know what's crazy? Dope Boy, my friend, he actually bid sniped a Zion for 300 something K and he's going for like 900K now. I'm like, you better.
Yeah,
I said, you better sell. He's like, I'm thinking about keeping him. He said, I'm thinking about keeping him. I said, you need to sell him. Do his XP challenges and sell him. I don't know what you're keeping that card for.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't sell him last night. That's all I'm saying. That was tough to watch. I mean, I can't remember who it was. I'm really bad when I guess. I think it was
HTB. Oh, you heard what happened to him?
Oh, the pack didn't open, right?
Yeah, like he got a dark mat and the pack didn't open. Like,
wow.
Oh, it's so bad. But yeah, basically, I saw on Twitter today. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Cheap Ludes. I might be wrong. I'm usually wrong, to be honest. But yeah, he literally put up this whole like email that he sent to 2K saying, look, I've been a valued customer. He put 3 extra Hoth badges on Zion. He put a 3.2 on them and he sold for like 500K. I mean, that's just brutal. Like, that is brutal. That's game changing for you. If you've been saving up those badges, if everything's been leading to that moment where you wanted to make that MT and the rug just gets pulled out. There is, the kind of rumor going around is that 2K got hacked. Have you guys seen this?
No,
that's what happened last night.
That would be so dumb because how would they get hacked when just a few weeks ago they were able to catch somebody using a different account during 250K? There's no way you can do something like that and then allow yourself to get hacked. There's just no way.
Yeah, I mean, man. These guys cheap out, man. You just don't know what they're probably just running like a basic antivirus.
Probably easiest to be.
No effort into their security, like if that's what they say. But yeah, that was tough. That was really tough last night. Like anyone who put a card up, man, I feel for you. I feel for you today. Magic Johnson, is he the best point guard now?
I looked at him briefly, but I'm hearing again he has like gold range only. I think he has gold clamps, which I'm not sure how true that is. Does he have Hall of Fame clamps? You guys know?
I don't know. I don't.
Because somebody was saying something about like clamps and range. Like I know he definitely had range on gold, but I feel like once again, this is your chance to give Magic Johnson a beastie card. They don't do it again. Like I don't know what they're waiting.
Yeah,
on.
he's apparently he's still got the running thing, the running problem on current gen. How he kind of like stops himself from sprinting. Right. He holds his arm up. Yeah. Okay. But on next gen, people said it's fine. Like he's an absolute animal. But yeah, current gen, he's still got the old bloody. He can't actually just sprint down the court with the ball. He has to just kind of hold his arm out, and it slows him down. So
right.
Okay, I don't know. So it's the regular one. All right. So I'm looking right now. So okay, so his comic card does have gold range, and his comic card has gold clamps. They kind of look like, why aren't you giving Magic Hall of Fame clamps at this point in Hall of Fame Showtime? Like, his stats look good, but like, they got to do better, man. I feel like this like Galaxy Opal Magic Johnson. This is the time you want to make him good, because remember how good the Campus Legend one was last year? Oh man, flying around that court with the Pro 8 behind the back. Yeah. Oh man,
I mean, I had the GO card as my back. Like, I literally could have had any card in the game. I had so much MT at the end of it, and I still had Magic.
Magic was so good, man. He was so good.
I
feel like the underwhelming card right now. I feel like they need to do something about that and get rid of that little slow start.
Yeah, fair. All right, guys. 2K have teased a massive announcement today. It's obviously 250K, which we're going to talk about after we speak to JD. But they've teased a massive announcement today, right? And
another tournament?
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I if I had to guess, and it's tough because I don't want to guess, because by the time you guys see this, we already know what it is, right? So you're about to find out if I'm right or wrong, basically. I think they're going to announce that D-Rob is Dark Matter.
Yeah, I'd say so. He has to be now. He has to be. If he's not Dark Matter,
I don't know. There's got to be something to add longevity to the game, though. Like, I feel like it's something bigger than that. Like, because they're saying it's a huge. If that's what their announcement is, I'm gonna tell them. I'm not gonna, say what I really would tell 2K, but that's just like a waste of an announcement, because it's like, it's almost inevitable, because there's no way. There's never been a season where the auctionable cards have been better than the seasonable cards. It's just never been. That's never been the case. So I feel like he has to be a Dark Matter at this point. He has placeholder stats. So they might make Pulgasol a 98 overall Opal, and they're gonna make D-Rob a Dark Matter. I feel like that's the direction they're going with. But I don't think that's the announcement. But I'm thinking, what if they announce another tournament? Like, what if they announce a Play Now tournament or something? I don't know. I just feel like this would be their chance to kind of.
That would be big.
Like, it would be big. It definitely would be big. Like another tournament, because 250K, I'm hearing like the views of like an all-time high during this this last qualifier. So they maybe made some more money from that. Who knows? But I think that's what
I mean, the community's done a hell of a job promoting it, right? And like 2K have done a little bit. 2K TV, Ty was on it the other day, and Splash was on it as well, I think. Like, they've done a little bit, the bare minimum. But the community have really stepped up and built up the hype, Ty was on Most Ballins podcast. Splash was on there as well. Ty was obviously on with us last week. Like, we are doing a job, DBG and Isaac, streaming the qualifiers and all of this stuff. And now they stream the tournament, and now we're going to have, I think Moses is streaming the tournament from his studio today, which will be cool. Again, by the time you guys watch this, we'll know, right? We'll know who won. So let's just do a take for both. Shit. So just say congratulations to Ty and congratulations to Splash, and then we can just cut it in.
I'm Team Ty. Not against Splash, but I'm Team Ty.
Yeah. Jaquel, who you got? You going for Splash?
I had Splash before the tournament even started, so I'll stick with him. But I want Ty to win just for the MyTeam boys. But I got Splash.
I feel like this series is definitely taking all three games. Like, there's no way it's no way it's a sweep. There's just no way.
Does anyone know if they're playing? Are they playing
online versus
online? But are they playing like at a place, or are they just playing against each other from where they are?
I think with COVID, it's impossible, man. Yeah.
I think they're playing from home. But I definitely think it's gonna go to 3. I feel like each game is gonna be close, and they're gonna give us like a good game. You know what I'm saying? That's
what we want, bro. That's what we want. I don't want to see no hidings. Yeah, I don't want to see no hidings. I want to see a close game. It's gonna just be.
I want it to be a 1-point difference in each game. That's how close I want it. 1-point difference each game.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating, man. Like the storyline to this, it really is a shame that 2K have kind of fumbled this, because this is an amazing story, right? You literally couldn't have planned this to be any better. right?
Yeah.
This is this is the Rock versus Stone Cold, right? Let's Ali versus Frazier.
This is amazing.
It is literally the two best players.
LeBron versus KD.
Yeah.
LeBron versus KD.
Yeah,
that's the matchup.
Yeah. All right, guys. This week I've had like multiple comments on my videos talking about matchmaking in Unlimited. It's been kind of a hot topic. It's not really. I've done a couple of videos talking about Unlimited and just my feelings towards it, and I'm just playing for fun now. I'm not really bothered about rewards and things like that. Obviously, when you have a Jekyll, you kind of end up with the reward every season anyway. But yeah, like I kind of changed my approach. But for some reason, the comments really homed in on matchmaking in Unlimited and how it should work. And it kind of took me back to when 2K first kind of spoke about this new Unlimited mode, right? And we all thought, correct me if I'm wrong, we all thought that the way it would work is as you moved up tiers, you would only play people in those tiers. Is that what you guys thought when you first heard about it?
100%, yeah.
Right, so
100%.
yeah, if you were in Silver tier, you'd play Silver tier and Emerald. Emerald.
Yeah, all the tiers are, bro. All they added those for is just for you to just play more games and just almost feel like you're getting something, but like you're just not. Like, yeah, they fumbled the bag big time with that with Unlimited. They could have done something real cool with it, you know. Like we could have had like a tier where you got to and you could just keep playing, getting rewards, but you have to be in that, you know, each tier you have to keep climbing.
Like Super Max.
Imagine if you got to Opal. Imagine if you got to Opal tier, right? And then if you could stay in there and keep going 12-0, you keep getting some sort of reward. Imagine that. Imagine how cool that would be, how much hype there would be. I'm in the Opal League, you know, you're still in the Pink Diamond doing mean, but like you just can't get to Opal, but you're still getting rewards and that tier. Just like there's so much you could do with it, and it's just like, just don't even get me started with like the.
I mean, the skill-based element of it is just a problem, right? Like we've spoken about the algo and the full whites, and all the actual in-game gameplay issues, speed bursting, fadeaways. I mean, the gameplay itself is one issue entirely on its own, but that does ruin the skill gap, right? It does close the skill gap, especially things like algo. We're going to talk to JD, who doesn't believe in algo, so that's going to be an interesting conversation. But yeah, the other side of it is obviously you've got things like overall glitching, and you've got sort of mismatches constantly going on. And someone basically suggested that as you move up tiers, the overall should change, right? So if, you know, say you're in Silver tier, like you have to run a max overall of like 80, and then the next tier you have to run a max overall of 82. Like, sorry, minimum, I should say. So like once you get to Galaxy Opal tier, you can't run a squad less than, you know, a 92, for example. Yeah. And it would just level out the whole sort of matchmaking system and potentially make it a lot more skill-based and things like that as well. Do you think that would work?
That's a great idea, actually. That actually is a great idea, because although it does kind of hinder people who do like to run 5-man and like kind of go 12-0, like you said, it levels out the playing field, and like at that point, it's somewhat like it's more like I'll probably say like 60% skill at that point, 40%, you know, 2K and algo, because like you know, if you got the same, basically. So like if you have like a level playing field, a team, it's basically who knows the game best and who can take advantage of it the most. So I think that's actually a great idea. Who came up with that?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that question. Someone, I think it was Tim. I think it was Tim.
Him?
Yeah, he's the guy who leaves comments for us. I just thought it's fascinating. Like, I don't really know how I feel about it, because obviously until you get to the later tiers, you can't really use OP cards. But I think that's a good thing as well, right? Because it puts a little bit more shine, gives a little bit more use to these budget cards that they do release. You know, you're having to run your Spush Parkers and things like that until you get to Diamond tier, and you can start introducing overalls.
Makes everybody more talented too. I think it creates like skill too, because like you're getting comfortable using literally every card at each level, whether it's Sapphire, Ruby, and then like, you know, your ability to adjust to new players. So I think it definitely creates a skill gap too. So I think that's actually a great idea, and you need to actually 2K, we know you're listening, so just take the idea, man. I'll send you my bank account information, you know, make sure you wire it through there. And just wire it through there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, I think it's guest time, innit? Before we get into all of that, guys, again, if you haven't subscribed, please like the video and drop a comment. You know, we just discussed a lot of stuff. Let us know what you think. You know, we're really, really interested to find out what you guys think about what we're saying, whether we know what we're talking about or not, whether this is all just nonsense and we're making it up. Just let us know. But yeah, let's get on to the guest, guys. You know, he's had an incredible year. He had a great run even in the 250K qualifiers. His growth has just been ridiculous. And, you know, he does the UK proud as kind of our biggest 2K YouTuber. Guys, please welcome to the podcast, JD crossover. Hey JD, how you doing, man?
What's up? I'm going good. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Bit of a weird week for you, isn't it?
Up and down,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Hopefully this will be an up, dude. Yeah. Thank you for coming
100%.
on. Thank you for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. Like, yeah. And your patience as well, because 2 weeks ago you were supposed to be on, and I made a terrible judgment call. I had my face rearranged about 2 minutes before we were supposed to go on. That probably wasn't a good call. Mate, before we get into all the JD stuff, like we've just been talking about the content this week. Like, what's your thoughts on this drop?
Pretty unexpected. I did not expect to get Dark Matters this early on in the year. I think if we look back to last year, I don't think we got cards. Well, we might have got cards similar, but I felt like they were pacing it differently this year to what they were last year.
Yeah.
So I coming in with 4 Dark Matters yesterday.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that. Pretty happy with it though. All in all, I think the cards are brilliant. The card arts are really good as well.
Yeah.
The Dark Matter pack animation, which I have not yet seen for myself, but hopefully I will at some point this year.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of people that have. That looks sick. So I think they've done that good. In general, I think it was pretty good. There's some budget cards in there. There's some decent lower rated cards. Spud Webb looks so fun with 99 driving dunk. Because why not? Exactly.
The TTO specialist.
Yeah, so I think it's good all in all. And obviously the Spotlight Sims as well. It's kind of like you've got your people that want to grind for it, and then you've got your people that want to put a little bump money into packs and whatnot. So it kind of pleases both aspects of the user base.
Yeah, I think it's, we were just talking about this. I think it's probably the most impactful drop. Arguably ever, right? Like the shift from the day before to the next day in terms of where we were sitting, it's just like a different world, right? And like we were just talking about pink diamonds going for like 5-10k, like good pink diamonds. The game changed overnight. Like it really does feel like that. And I agree with you about the card art. Like it is fire. It's really good. JD, there's one question like I've wanted to ask you for a while. Obviously, we're both from the UK, which is kind of cool, right? We've got 2 people from the UK talking about the NBA. I mean,
there's not many of us. There's not many.
It's not something you see happen very often. How did you get into 2K? Like, were you into sort of basketball in general, and then you transferred into 2K?
Nah, so my reason's going to be quite underwhelming, I feel like.
My problem is as well, don't worry.
So I used to be big into football. I used to play FIFA a lot, as I'm sure like everybody in England did. And I was at university. It was my second year, and we'd played FIFA literally to death. So we were kind of looking for new games, and I just happened to look on eBay, and I saw like NBA 2K15, and it was like a $5 or something. And I was like, well, I'll give that a go. I've never watched basketball. I've never played basketball. Didn't have a clue about it, but I just bought that. And then I quite enjoyed it. And then I bought 16. I quite enjoyed that. And then I've bought every 2K since. So that's kind of how I got into it. Literally just being really, really bored at uni, great student, and buying 2K on a whim. And that's kind of how I got into it. So 2K got me into basketball rather than basketball getting me into 2K.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I've never thought about it from that perspective. I mean, that's still more interesting than my story, which was a pandemic happened, and a year later, here we are. That's literally it. Do you feel like, obviously, the majority of content creators are from North America, right? Do you feel like you're kind of inspiring people outside of North America to do this? Have you ever thought about that?
I've never thought about that. I've never really thought about that, to be fair. I mean, I guess so. Like, I'm sure DBG does as well. Like, I guess it's just having a different accent to an American accent. People think like, oh, maybe I could do something like that if you've also got a different accent. Like, it's not exclusively for Americans as like a monopoly of the content creation space. But no, I've never really thought about inspiring other people.
It's funny because obviously I think I was inspired by you, certainly to an extent. And I remember seeing your first video because I got so used to it. I've been watching Bio and all these other people. And to be honest, I caught onto DPG quite late as well. Like I'd seen your videos before I'd seen his. And when your accent just came out of your mouth, I was like, this is weird. Like, I genuinely expected you to sound completely different. I get a lot of stick for my accent. Do you get the same?
I don't really get any, no. I think...
Oh, you're lucky. Maybe it's just
me. In the past I might have done, but... I don't know. I know DBG used to get it really bad with his Irish accent, but I feel like the English accent, I kind of feel like we're kind of just okay and kind of just they think like, well, it's fine, we're not going to give this guy any stick. But yeah, I don't really get it. As long as you know what you're talking about, it doesn't matter what you sound like, really. But it shouldn't do anyway. But you know, the internet is the internet. So
someone told me the other day that I sound like a grown ass Stewie from Family Guy.
They commented on your video too. They was like, "Hey, Stewie, how you doing?"
Yeah, it's just everywhere. Though. It's just Stewie. Yeah.
Oh man.
Cool, man.
Jazz Griffin.
Yeah, Jazz Griffin. Yeah. I think I'm probably closer to Brian, to be honest. You've had a really sort of strong sort of 6 to 12 months, right, JD? Like your growth has been crazy. Like, we were talking the other day about your streams. I love your streams. You know, I tune into them almost every time now and try to catch a part of it. The growth has been ridiculous, right? You had the 10K Twitch stream. You kind of spoke to me about the chat and like not being able to keep up with it. I dropped an absolutely fire comment that you completely ignored.
I'm so sorry.
There's basically a chicken restaurant in the UK called Nando's, and it's kind of like the go-to place. And I said, after we've had a lawyer and a dentist, like, do you think the next card we'll get will be a chef from Nando's? And he missed it. I was so proud of the comment. I was just sitting there waiting. I was like, he's gonna see it.
Wait, did you use the channel points to highlight it? That's what I do.
Regretfully, no. Yeah, I know now.
But he did go ahead and DM me with it afterwards, and then I said, "Yeah, that's really good. Put it in next time." And then he put it in next time as well.
I was like, "That was such a. I'm not letting that go. You're gonna hear that." What's it been like, man? Like, obviously, like it's been a steep climb, right, over the last year or so. What's it been like keeping up with that?
I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't try and think about it like that. Like when you sit down and think, like, this time last year, I was still in a full-time job. I wasn't full-time YouTube. I haven't even been doing that for a year yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't streaming much. I think I was a month into starting my streaming life on YouTube, and then Twitch I started a month afterwards. And yeah, I think the first couple of like 6 months or something, it was averaging sort of like 100 viewers, and then the last couple of months has sort of been adding 100 on each month. Yeah, and it does get kind of overwhelming, not gonna lie. Like when people are like, "Oh, you're missing my comments," I'm like, I'm trying really hard to read everybody's comments.
Sorry about that.
No, not just you. Yeah, directly you, Jazz. You are the reason why I'm stressed.
Hashtag Jazz is a troll.
Exactly. Another hashtag for him.
Yeah, that's a great problem to have, bro. Yeah, that's a great problem to have, you know? Like, that's an awesome problem to have, bro.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Like,
yeah.
When you did, so you said last year on this time you was working a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
So when did you decide that you wanted to go full-time on YouTube? And like, did you have an idea of the kind of content you wanted to create, or were you just like, it just came to you?
So at that point I was doing one video a day. So I was doing daily videos, and I think on weekends I was up to like 2 videos. So I'd get home from my job. I'd leave from my job at like 7:30 in the morning. I'd get home at like 6, and then I'd go straight into doing like, pardon?
What was the job?
So I was my official title, which sounds so much better than the job actually was. I was a senior project manager.
Okay.
Which sounds fancy as anything.
What does that actually mean?
I was just sending a couple of emails and stuff. So that was, I didn't enjoy that, and then I was enjoying YouTube. And I think at the time I decided to go full time, I can't remember exactly. I think it was like 10K subs or something like that. So it wasn't like massive or anything like that. But I just thought, I really am not happy with where I'm at. It was costing a lot of money to like commute. So it was like 45-minute journey there and back. So it was an hour and a half each day commuting.
Right.
Which I really didn't enjoy, because it was just like, my car was very thirsty. That's the sort of topic right about now. But my car was very thirsty with its fuel. So I was spending a lot of money on that. And I just thought, if there's ever a chance I'm going to just go for this, now is the chance. So I kind of had an idea of already what I wanted to do. I just wanted to like keep doing what I was doing and keep that going, getting streams more, because obviously with more time I could get into streams more. So yeah, that's kind of why I made that decision, and thankfully so far it's worked out okay.
Yeah, man.
I think it's gonna take off. Yeah, you're doing really good. Yeah, from what I'm hearing. I think the first time I ever seen you was I think it was the 3rd qualifier, Ronnie 2K, if I'm not mistaken. He interviewed you, right? He brought you on a stream.
Yes. Yeah, with Mitch, right?
Mitch Richmond. Yeah, I seen that. I said, JD Cross. Like I've always heard your name a lot. I'm like, JD Crossover. I'm like, see, because I heard you was like in the qualifiers. Like I remember seeing you on the leaderboards. I'm like, who's this JD Crossover guy? Like, I'm like, I thought you were from the States at first, and then I realized, you were overseas. I'm like, I gotta be really good. You playing on delays sometimes. Did you ever play in tournaments or?
He had a great run in 250k like in the last qualifiers.
Oh, this year, yeah. So last year I did like MyTeam Madness and stuff like that. That was good fun last year. And I did some of Fat Boz's Aletha Cup stuff as well last year. I think did the MyTeam Ranker when that was still going. Did all that last year. This year I haven't done anything, but I did do that third qualifier day. And yeah, at number 2 for like an hour and a half.
I thought you were in, man. I'm just putting it
out.
You
go for next year?
I'll try. Like I see a bit more of like having fun. Like I'm not trying to sweat to win. I'm just trying to like have fun and entertain rather than like going for it.
I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to like I gotta get back into it because like this game is stressing me out, man. Like it's just
that's the
it's
problem.
Really like I don't even like playing. Like I love this game since I was for as long like I was probably like 10 or 11, and I never thought it would be a day where I'd be tired and I'm playing. I'm just like I think it's because like I'm trying to sweat too much. I need to just bring back the whole fun aspect of it. You know. Like being competitive takes away the fun out of the game, honestly. Not even a lie.
100%. The more competitive you are, the more like flaws you see in every game that you play, and the more like frustration it gets. So yeah, it's finding like the balance. So obviously, if you're getting like done by like 50 every game, you're just not gonna have fun anyway. So it's just like finding the balance.
That's a really good take.
Being competitive, but still having fun at the same time. And I think that's what I've kind of tried to balance as well as I can. So like, I did a couple of tournaments and I can play good when I want to, but most of the time, if I go into a game and somebody's playing me like it's 250k, I'm going to just quit because there's no point in just playing this game for that much. Like personally, I don't want to be at that level where I have to do that every game. So yeah, I think it's finding a balance.
JD, you are, in my opinion, you're the most underrated 2K player in the community. You are really, yeah, absolutely. You are really good. Like that run you went on 250k is no joke, right? Like
that's not a coincidence, man.
You played DBG recently, and DBG, in his own words, is one of the top 100 players in the world. And you know you beat him comfortably. Like, do you know how good you are? Like, is it something you're even aware of? You are good, man.
No, like I go on runs where I think like. Oh, that's not too bad. Like last season, going for who was the Opal in Unlimited? Kevin McHale. Yeah, Kevin McHale. I went on a 32 game win streak or something in MyTeam Unlimited, and people were like, "You cannot call yourself half decent this game. You're on 32-0." I was like, I still lose though. Like
that sounds familiar. I'm trying to call myself average for as long as possible.
250k Jazz.
250k Jazz hashtag is taken off now. Brilliant.
Come Jazz.
Yeah. JD, we were talking. You sent me a message that you caught last week's podcast, and you know I took the filter off at the end, right? And I was kind of ranting about the game. I'm not going to lie, that was actually inspired by watching a couple of your videos in the last week, and I was finding it really relatable.
I caught a stream too. There was a time I had stopped by a stream. I think it was like a week or two ago. I think he's playing limited. And there was like a 2-minute stretch where you just tearing into the game. I think the dude was just hitting some bad shots. He's like, what the? He was just trying to stop yourself. I'm like, man, I feel your pain, bro. Yeah. I said, I feel your pain. I think it was like week 1. I think week 1 of limited.
Yeah.
When it was a glitch, right? It was a lineup glitch.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. That was
good times.
Yeah.
Bad times. What are your pet peeves, man? Like the one thing that stood out for me is your reaction to full court press, because that's just like I'm done with full court press. Like, guys,
I know that's your thing, isn't it?
Does not work anymore. Like, we figured it out. Stop it. It's just annoying now. What are your pet peeves? Like, what do you want to see improve in the game? Do you think that'll make it more enjoyable?
Oh God, where do I start?
Yeah, we got time, man. We got time. Don't worry.
I think the main thing for me, if I go into a game that's like limited or unlimited, and as soon as somebody starts speed boosting and curry sliding, I'm out of there. I don't want to have to face that and play against something that I don't have the skill to stop it. I don't have the desire to learn how to stop it. I don't do it. It just it's so overkill when you're playing up against the same like play every time, and then when you come up against somebody else who does exactly the same thing, and just playing against the same people who don't like have any like uniqueness or identity to their play, it just gets kind of long. So that's probably what you saw me ranting about in limited that first week.
I'm
not gonna lie, personally I'm tired of playing like that personally. But like
it's not fun, is it? It's not
fun. Like I swear to you, it's not fun. If I did not care about winning, I would not use it at all. I would find another way. But it's like it's literally so hard. Like they would put, full court press, like Jazz saying, if you don't speed boost, you're not breaking that press in time. Like you probably break it. Sometimes you're lucky, but if you don't speak, it's tough, man. I wish there was like a way where you can play it doesn't have to be a meta every year where everybody can have their own play style and be successful.
It's just one exploit responding to another now, isn't it? Right. Someone goes to full court press, then someone's speed glitching, then someone's fade away and like to get around that. And it's just like one just tower of exploits built on top of each other. You just brought up something I've wanted to discuss for ages, actually, by the way. Guys, why is every OP card getting the curry slide now? When did this? Someone made a decision when Terry Fishinger came out that when every card after this has to have the curry slide.
Like you might as well give everyone the same jump shot. You might as well just give everyone the same jump shot.
Yeah.
Not the curry slide, the community slide. And you can't even call it curry slide anymore. The community slide. Everybody got it.
Community slide. Yeah, and we're going to get to a point where the only difference between cards is going to be like skin and height, right? Like every card's going to be identical. JD, you got a new profile picture on your Twitter. It's absolutely fire. Have you guys seen this?
No, I'm about to go check it out.
Go check it out. He basically got like an Age of Heroes cartoon card of himself. Did 2K give you that?
Yeah, 2K gave me that. Yeah, they said they asked for a picture a couple of weeks back, and I was like, okay, here you go. And then literally last night they threw it over to me, and I was like, geez, that is sick.
Yeah, I'm jealous now. I am jealous. That is an amazing picture. Let's talk about your relationship with 2K, right? Because you're in partnership with them. A lot going on. How did that all come about? Like, there's obviously a lot of up and coming YouTubers that watch this, and they're probably one of their sort of dreams or one of their pinnacles will be to kind of work with 2K. You've achieved that, which is incredible. Like, fair play, man. How did it come about?
I think it's very, very much luck based. I think it's basically because of where I am, being from England and being from a place where there's so few content creators. So I think it was 2K, I think it was the start of 2K19, I think. They got in touch with me and said, you're on our databases as like a content creator from this region. And I don't think I'd posted a video in quite some time at that point. And they said like, well, if you want to get back into it, we'll send you a copy of, I think it was 2K19 at that point. And they did. And then from there, I think I got flown out to New York for the 2K19 launch party. And then, things just kind of went off from there. So I had a relationship with 2K before being signed to them, which I now am.
Yeah. So they literally reached out. Like, you weren't playing the game, they will send you a copy. Like, please start playing the game again. That's how it started. Yeah.
Basically, because nobody plays it here. Like, nobody plays this game. We're probably like 100% of the community.
Yeah, we're responsible for the 3 copies that sell every year. That's only because one of them broke, right? Yeah, obviously, like, now you're fully in partnership with them. You're getting locker codes, 2K TV, all of that stuff. Walk me through the locker code process, because like I think that's one of the dopest things ever to see, right? If you saw your name on a locker code, like talk to me about the first one. How did it come about, and like what was your reaction to just seeing the community like typing in your name like universally?
Yeah, it was mad. Yeah, that's the thing. Like when you think like there's thousands, maybe millions, I don't know how many people play this game, but like people typing in my name to get things in a game, it's so weird to think that. I can't remember how the first one came about, but it was very cool. And the fact that it's such like a regular occurrence now is mad. But yeah, that's definitely one of the coolest things, being like in the game. Like there's developers that have to like program something with my name in it. It just doesn't quite compute in my head that that's me. But
that's cool and all, but I need a Galaxy Open pull from one of these locker codes. You might have to see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, look, hook up my man Killa Josh. Get him a Galaxy Opal. Yeah,
you need to get a KillaJosh specific locker code that will let him get his MT.
Aim high, man. Go for Dark Matter. They're out in the game now, so aim high.
I don't know because
he always undersells himself. He asked for 1 million MT last week.
Somebody got freaking 500K for their Dark Man. I don't want to be that guy. I'll stick with my Galaxy. I don't want to be that guy.
Imagine a locker code 250K Jazz. That would be legendary.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. One day. Just because, man. Just because, it's a hashtag.
I'm going to change the subject real quick. JD, did you see the issues with the servers yesterday in the auction house?
I did, and I had a hero, Opal Magic Johnson with Hall of Fame clamps, rim protector, 3 other Hall of Fame badges, and a Diver 3-point shoe that sold at roughly midnight last night. Because I listed it up at like 8 o'clock. I woke up this morning to see all these messages about the servers, and they were like, "Oh, if you listed up a card last night, you're screwed." And I'm sitting there thinking, "Oh, that's literally me." But thankfully, I didn't get screwed too badly. I got like 450 for it, so That's not too bad. I saw people get like 150 for like.
I had legit anxiety, like waiting to hear how that was going to end. You got
I started holding my face. I'm like, oh, he got it for 100K or something.
I've seen some of those. It really does suck, and I don't know how they'd like get around that. Because clearly, some people were in game because some people bid on those cards, some people got them. But like, if there's like huge server issues, just like pause the auction house or just do something.
Just immediately give every card back, right? Like just empty it out.
Yeah, just cancel the auction, send it back to the auctions or something. Yeah.
Do you think there's anything they can do now? I mean, like this is bad. That was bad. Like from everything from like, you know, dark matter cards selling for 100K to people losing their 12-0 game because, you know, I mean, it's just such a regular occurrence now. Like, let's just talk about the EU server because I think it's garbage. Like, what do you think?
I'm fully in agreement there. There's no disagreement from me. It is rough. You just kind of get used to playing with offline being one game and online being a completely different game. Like if you play offline exclusively for like a week and you try and play online, it's a GG.
I'm really glad you said that because I think people think that I'm making this up sometimes.
No, definitely not.
No, Jazz,
it's entirely different.
Jazz, I played somebody literally on EU servers, and when I tell you that was probably gonna be I almost quit 2K. Like I swear to you, I could not. I almost MyTeam Madness had a tournament. And I don't know how to just imagine playing in mud. Like that's what it felt like. I'm clicking to switch. I'm like, why is he not switching? Switches 2 seconds later. I can't green a shot. I'm just like, I don't know how these EU guys enter these tournaments and do it, but this is rough. And like that brings me to my point. Like I really feel like I don't know if this is what Call of Duty does. I think they have like one general server. I'm not sure if that's really true. I want 2K to do something like that so that way I can play people from different parts of the world and have no delay or slight delay at all.
Do you know that my server is not even in my own country?
Wow, that doesn't make any sense.
My server, so I'm in New Zealand, my server's in Australia.
Oh, it's in Australia, right? Yeah, I mean it's equally as bad, right?
Our server's like pretty delayed. Like
so
the
real question,
general server.
The real question now is if the server's that bad and JD's just confirmed it's that bad, how goated is Larry Johnson really for hitting 5 out of 5 threes?
Josh is out.
Josh just gone but left.
Jazz, I am tired of hearing about he is not good anymore. He's done. He's out of here. No.
I'll just fill you in, JD. So I released a video yesterday of me beating someone who had Dark Matter Galaxy Opal with Diamond Larry Johnson.
Nice.
He went ham. He went absolutely ham. Let's go back to the start of 2K21. I remember I've got this image of your face like when the game just dropped.
No.
And I remember behind you had 5 and 3 on Unlimited, and you looked about as depressed as humanly possible when the game came out. I do remember it. You literally loaded in and you were just like, and that was how the YouTube video started. What was your reactions to 2K21 when it came out? Because it was absolutely crazy, right? The stick shooting, all of that stuff. Like, what was your feeling at the time?
Feeling at the time, the feeling still now is those first months were some of the worst experiences I've probably had gaming for a long time. That's no secret. Like you said, I've made so many videos talking about the many issues that game, but the offline play, which is like the bread and butter of this game, and it coming out with like Hall of Fame on the first domination, like triple threat offline was a joke. Like you're playing against Ty and Splash in triple threat offline, like you might as well have been.
Anything. I couldn't shoot. Yo, it was so bad.
Yeah. No, it was bad, and that's the only time I haven't gone for a level 40 card. I didn't get the Steph, which kind of sucks. I wish I had that card at the time, but I just could not bring myself to play that game in any regard. Like you said, I didn't play Unlimited. I didn't get out the Emerald tier. I didn't grind XP. I didn't really grind offline anything. I just sailed through. I was like, please let next gen be better.
Yeah. Is it?
His face said it all. Is it better?
Yeah. Is it better?
I don't play next gen. I use my PS5 to play current gen.
Yeah, I think Jakel's doing the same, right? Yeah,
it's tough, bro. Like, I think next gen we just need everyone to be on that same wave for it to even start to get better. You know what I mean? It's just like while it's torn, it's still just like it's almost like PS4 is still hanging there. That's crazy. That's the crazy thing. The crazy thing, I'm playing a PS4 game. I still can't believe that. I bought a PS5 to play this damn game on a PS4 version. Unbelievable.
How did you get a PS5 in the UK, JD? Like, do you know something I don't?
Yeah, if you got a hookup, man, just let me know.
2K sent me one.
Oh, that's what you. So you know people I don't. Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, cool.
JD's an Illuminati, confirmed.
Oh, fully. Yeah, he's
Illuminati.
Deep. He's deep. Yeah. Let's talk about XP then. So controversy. I didn't know this, right? So we spoke about this the other day. I thought you were the first one to get weighed. Generally, the community thinks you were the first one to get weighed. Were you the first one to get weighed?
No, I wasn't. On the day and at the time of like my stream.
Yeah.
Yes. In my head, yes. On Twitter, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Then it came out. Somebody they had a screenshot of like on their, I think they were on Xbox or PlayStation, whatever it was, of like the timestamp of them having the weighed, which was like a few minutes earlier. Yeah. But I was the first one on Twitter, so that counts as something.
First content creator. That's all that matters. First content creator. Don't even worry about it, man.
So if I take a picture now with a timestamp and then Photoshop D-Rob into it later,
yeah, you should.
Can I be the first one to get D-Rob?
For sure.
Hey, listen, if that guy that beat you, if he doesn't stream or anything like that, then he's just wasting his damn time anyway. So you deserve to be number one. You deserve to be number one, bro.
He does do videos. He does do content. He wasn't streaming on that day. Which I don't know why. I don't know why you wouldn't.
How are you not streaming that?
I don't know.
Easy views.
It's very easy. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, the whole like lead up to that day, it's so intense grinding this game doing XP. Like you can't miss a single challenge. Like if there's a daily XP you miss, it's over. Yeah. So that day itself was so fun though, because I had one of my probably like best friends in the community, Eric. He was like my XP manager for that day. Like
I need to get one
when
of those.
The packs dropped, he was like, right, I'm going to make you a plan and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Because like I was trying to open up some packs to like try and get some of the players from the set. I was like panicking because I was like, I'm so close, but I need to do this so quickly. And he like laid it out. He was like, right, go into this game, take these players, do this. And he got it. And it took me one game of domination, like rookie domination. So it was like 20 minutes. And then one 15-point spotlight game. And I had it. And it took me like 25, half an hour, I think, to get it. So in half an hour, I got the XP I needed. I couldn't have physically done it any quicker, so I was really happy, and like the stream was brilliant. So, but yeah, it turned out I was like, but it don't matter, man. It was a hell of a day.
Are you trying to like? Would you ever try to be first to get any other season reward?
He's chilled completely.
I don't.
Nah, it's so expensive. You lose so much MT on tax.
Yeah.
And like the only reason I did it that season was because there was only one lock-in, and that was the Pink Diamond George Gervin. But like as soon as they start releasing like hella lock-ins and like now they've released a Dark Matter cards, like
we got million MT cards today.
For real.
Right now.
No, thanks.
I mean, last night might have been a good time to get some cheaper cards.
I'm a level 24 right now. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have D-Rob.
You suck every season. Like
I can't. It's like ever since I got weighed, I get slower and slow. Yeah. It's like, man, I want to do it, but damn, man, like. But I see today's only 2 daily, so maybe I'll knock out some in the weekend stuff. But I don't. That's why, guys like Bio, I give them a lot of respect because I don't know how you could
every season as well.
Here and do this every season and be like at least top 10 to get this. I can't do it. I can't. I like to have views, but I don't like them that much. You know what I'm saying? I'll find another way around it. But damn, it is tough.
It's kind of it's a weird trade-off right now, right? Because the content this year has been the best content we've ever seen, right? Like in terms of content, everything from the cards that we've got to, the animations that we've got to the card art that we've got now and the concepts, like they've really killed it. I don't compliment 2K enough probably for that stuff. But now we've got a huge trade-off, right? Which is like, we have to do this full time. I don't even mean full time. Like a full-time job's 40 hours a week. This is like 80 hours, right? It's like working 2 full-time jobs trying to get this done. Are you balancing all of that stuff? Like spotlights, XP, unlimited, like do you have priorities? Like what are you focusing on?
At the moment, it should probably be spotlights, but it's kind of not because there's so many full games in it.
Yeah.
I think XP for the time being, I think like as of today, people can be like 130k XP, and I'm on about 65 or something like that. So the XP is there, and obviously like the closer we get to the end, like the easier and easier and easier it'll be to get like 5k in an hour or like 10k over a couple of hours. So I'm not really like rushing on XP. I'm just kind of taking that at my own pace. And spotlights do kind of need to get done. Unlimited, you got to get yourself mentally prepared to play that.
Yeah. Are you gonna go for Cedric?
Man.
I'm not gonna go for Cedric. I'll go for the pink diamond badge Hall of Fame box thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go for Cedric. With all the cards that come out, I just don't see the need to like put myself mentally and physically through that.
It's so funny. It's just everyone's response to that mode. It's just like it's torture now.
It is. This is really just a flex, man.
That's the thing. Yeah. It's a flex. But...
It's a badge of honor. I said this in a video the other day. I think once you've done it once, you're kind of good. Like this is literally no point chasing that dragon like every season. It's so stressful. Like especially if you're not like amazing at the game, it's even more stressful. Like if it's tough to go to over there. But I say that, but then every time I've done it, I feel like it was worth it afterwards. It's just the journey getting there.
Just playing. Like I can't even play for fun. Like that's the thing. Like I want to play for fun, but it's hard to play for fun when you got somebody. You got Johnny over here sweating his balls off, just trying to win the game. I'm like, bro, like, first I'm running into a 5-man lineup. The dude is stalling me. I'm up 10. It's literally 2.5 seconds left. He lets the timer run out to 1 second, unpauses, uses all his timeouts every last second.
Yeah.
And he's trying to foul me. I throw up a shot and I make it, but I was flash pausing him too because he's being toxic. I ran out of pause timers. I was like, I don't even care if he takes the win at this point. I'm like, just have it. He texts me and like, you're so bad. Like it's hard to really play this game for fun when you got people like that. It's like, why? It's not that serious. Just play the game. Like I want to play, man. I don't want to sweat all the time.
Man, the abuse that you get on the EU server, like JD, have you seen this stuff? Like some of the things that people say, like the kind of broken English, like insults to your mother and things like. Have you ever got any of this stuff?
I've like rarely had some of it come through, and I'm just like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna report you real quick.
It's like no filter stuff, man. These guys do not hold back. Like they just go after everything about you. I'm like, some of it's true as well. But how do you know this stuff? Like, JD, again, it's been a weird week, right? So you were for a week or so, you were trying to get the possessed cards, right? The 3 of them to lock in for the badges, and then you did it. And then a day later, Super Packs dropped with all of those cards in it that were going for a fraction of the price. Like, that's tough. I just wanted to bring that up. It's not really a question.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, just rub that in. We're going to wrap things up here.
What did you do with the badges?
So I put the clamps went on the magic, which sold for a little bit, but I've still got my range and I've still got Intimidator, and that range that's saved for Giannis. When Giannis comes out and he can hold Hall of Fame range, as long as the servers hold up,
don't talk about that bash to me, man. You know what I did? My half range, I got him for level 39 through it on Lonzo, and it was a bad investment.
Yeah. Well, you put it on Lonzo.
Yeah.
If only someone said to you at the time, hey, don't put it on Lonzo.
You know, but no, but that, in my defense, when I asked everybody, I said, what should I do with it? No one responded fast enough, so I said, you know what? Lonzo's getting range. And
I love that logic. Like, no one told me not to do a terrible thing, so I did.
You know what would have been better than it?
I mean,
chuck it on Larry Johnson.
Oh, Jazz would have.
He's already badged out.
Jazz would have did that. Jazz would have definitely did that.
Yeah. So JD, you obviously did that stuff with the badges. You're quite creative when it comes to MT. You've always got a stack of it, right? And you know, you're not spending money on the game. I saw the other day, like a strategy I haven't seen before. There's a lot of content creators that do this stuff, right? How to make MT. I've done videos on it as well. Mm-hmm. But I saw with you the moments drop, like your reaction to it. Like the moments dropped, and then you basically grabbed every card, right? Like that was in the auction house immediately. Like what? Like if you had to give us sort of 3 tips on how to make MT, the key things you do, because I think you do things different to other people. I think a lot of other people are doing sort of generic stuff, the general sniping, but you're quite creative and quite reactionary, right? Like to make
definitely.
Opportunistic is the word, I think. Like
perfect word.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. What would be like your top 2 or 3 tips to the community on how to make?
I don't want to give away too much, because I won't make any MT. But just be on the game be on the game at 4:00 or 4:00 my time. So it's 4 p.m. GMT, which is 11 a.m. Eastern, which is something in Pacific. But every day content drops at the same time. Yeah. As long as you're on the game at that time, you can straight away go to the agenda section, check out the moments section, or any other XP that comes out, and then just straight away go to the auction house. And if there's a moment's challenge for just any random player, just see what they're currently selling for. Prices go up so fast, so quickly, but you've got a very, very small window to sell. So like, let's say a card goes out and gets a challenge, and within 2 minutes, its price is up at like 15k. In 10 minutes, it will be down at 5k. Yeah. And then half an hour, we down at like 2 or 3k. So you've got to be so quick. You've got to always just don't try and push the boat too much. Like, don't try and take the mick with like how much you're going to sell cards for. Like, I usually try and sell cards for like 8 or 9k, like if they're in a moment's challenge or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, in my head, I'm like, well, I bought that card for nothing, or I packed it and it's worth nothing. Like, any profit I get off that card is good. And yeah, like any moments card drop, you can make like sort of like 50 to 100k just from having cards in your club, which is what I've said like all year. The best investment tip I can give is just like stockpiling everybody, because like who had one a couple of weeks ago, like gold Isaiah Hartenstein, or like emerald, I don't know what he was, well, that's like 20k.
Jeez.
On like his standard card and his heat check card. If you just had 2 cards in your club, you made like 40k for doing nothing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I've made a lot of MT this year. It's just being, because I'm always streaming when content comes out, so I'm always on the game.
Yeah.
And straight away, first thing to do is just try and make as much MT as possible.
It's crazy with those moments challenges, because they've kind of leveled out a little bit now, right? There's like there's a peak and then it kind of comes down slowly. Everyone's wise to it now. Do you remember the first moments challenges, like the LaMelo one, where like his base level card was going for over 50k? Do you remember that? For like,
it was up to 90k. I seen somebody. I know.
Was it really?
Oh,
jeez. JD, I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not happy.
What have we done?
So you rated my squad.
I did.
Do you remember what you gave it?
It's definitely over a 9. Might have been a 9.5. I don't know why. I don't know exactly.
It was a 9.5, and
that's quite high. You should be happy with that.
I am happy with it. Apart from your reasoning for giving it a 9.5, which was it was too early in the year to give it a 10.
I don't see a flaw in
that. I need you to admit right now that was a 10.
It was probably a 10.
It was a 10, wasn't it? Larry Johnson wasn't in the squad, so
that's why maybe
we lost half a point there.
Oh, JD too. Oh, he said it. No way. Oh man.
Yeah, no, that was also. I love those Rate My Team videos. Like, yeah, they're really cool. It was cool to feature on one as well. Have you ever had like a really bad squad that you just had to be polite about?
Yeah. People always in the comments are like, bro, you're way too nice. I think the lowest rating I've ever given is like a 5, and they're like, that should have been a 0. It's awful. I'm like, I'm trying to be nice.
What was that squad? If you were being nice with a 5, do you remember any of the players?
No, I don't know. But I think it was like very early on, like first month or two. And there was just like sapphires and emeralds, and they were not good emerald or sapphire cards. They were sprinkled in with a couple of other like amethysts and stuff, I think. But yeah, it was a rough team. Yeah,
that was probably Jakel's team, but he went 12. He went 12 and 0.
Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton was his MVP. Sapphire Chris Middleton.
He lit it up. With the EU, we got 250k. So as we're recording this today, but you know it's going to be yesterday as you watch this.
Yeah.
What do you think of the EU comp scene? Because there's players coming through. Like I said, you had a good run. You know, Vardo's doing well. Danny Rifle. There's a lot of players that are sort of coming through. Like, do you think the future of the EU sort of comp scene is bright? Do you think we'll ever see like a comp sort of tournament here as well that's kind of has value?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think year on year, there's more and more people that are getting into it. I think the people that are already in it are just getting better and better.
Yeah.
I think the general scope of like competitive gaming is just growing anyway, just growing naturally. So yeah, I can definitely see it happening. And like we've had community driven tournaments for EU only. I think MyTeam Madness are doing something with EU this year. That might be completely wrong, but I think they are.
Yeah, that'd be good if they are.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool. And yeah, I hope there's some sort of like official thing as well at some point, but whether or not that'll happen, we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, I think there's definitely room for it. I think if they did a tournament now, it would still be pretty damn good. I think there's still, like you said, some incredible players in the EU.
I think we didn't give enough shine to those boys that played in the 250k too, and how unfair it was for them. They were playing on the most ridiculous delay, man, and they had to play, you know, the very best. So those boys would probably almost win that thing if it was if it was, you know, even. They were saying it was unplayable to DBG, so there you go.
It's interesting you say that, because I watched Vardo play DBG, right? Because he knocked him out of TK. And you compare him to his actual games in the tournament, and the difference in the delay, because obviously he was playing DBG on the same server. It was like watching two different players.
Yeah. They had to play like post hooking and stuff. That's not even how they play. They just did it because it's the only way to like try and win the game. Yeah. And just and that's all because it's just crazy that they were in there. And there was like no one saying anything, you know what I mean? Like apart from DBG. DBG was like, it's unplayable for them. It's unplayable, and everyone's just like, Vardo's trash. They're just like, everyone's going, Danny Rifle's trash, and then I'm just like, bro, they
load up against them. Load up against them. That's all I got to say.
On his for real.
Load up against them. That's it. That's all I got to say.
I think
it was so unfair.
It's kind of just expected at this point that the servers are so bad that you can't play anybody that's not like next door to you and have a good connection. It's kind of just taken for granted, which is like a huge limiting factor in like the growth of the community and like content creation.
We need a global server. We need a global server, I think.
For real.
I feel like they make enough money to do that. Like literally, like I think, because I don't know, like I know there's other games that do that, and I barely lag on those games. Like I'm literally playing people from different parts of the world, and it's like 2K's been out long enough where they can definitely do something like that. You know, I would love to see that, because I feel like everybody should have a chance to play each other on an even playing field. It makes the game more enjoyable, you know?
Yeah. And the amount of like content creators that could then do videos with each other, or like from across the world, and like tournaments wouldn't matter where you come from. I think that should be a big priority, is like having the ability to actually cross-play. I've played on your servers, Jakel. I played against somebody from Australia last year in a tournament. I was in MyTeam Madness. It was so bad. I never ever want to do that again.
That is weird, right? And from what I've been told, bro, our biggest hope coming up is 5G. 5G is like they really think it's going to make it so it's almost the same playing field across the world. That's what 5G is.
Yeah, you know we're gonna have to load up if that happens, right? We're gonna have to load up.
Boy, I'm coming for everybody's head if that's true, bro. If we can really do that, like I'll be dropping pack opening videos. That's for sure. That's what will be happening.
Yeah, I mean it is a shame, but it really limits you as a content creator. Like, it says a lot that DBG did 2 gameplays recently against other content creators, right? He played yourself and he played Panda Wings, and it's literally just it's through the server limitations. It just opens up this whole new world, doesn't it? If we can see these crazy matchups, we can see Jakel play Ty, and we could see just like countless dream matches, right? That could go on, and it's just such a shame that the community's kind of held back from that for what should be an issue that is resolved into.
Just imagine the 12-0. Like imagine your unlimited runs. You would run into a different person every game if you could play around the world. There's so many more players, and you probably would never run into the same guy twice. And that's like that would be the most.
I think everybody would go 12-0 like that. I think everybody would go 12-0.
Matchmaking
probably more chances
because you've got more players with similar lineups, right? Yeah. There's a lot of.
What's stopping them from doing this though? Like,
that's
honestly,
the question.
Well, no, like
just the kind of servers that they run, bro. So like they run dedicated servers for obviously like certain countries and stuff like that.
No, like I'm saying, like what's stopping them from making one like global server? You know,
that's just
because isn't correct me if I'm wrong, isn't the neighborhood like not the neighborhood? What's that called? The city? Isn't it just one big like server?
It's still like a server.
Yeah,
it's still different.
Yeah.
Oh, so you said okay. I was about to say
it's all the same.
Yeah. JD, your hottest take ever is Algo doesn't exist, and you are on an island, bro. Like,
I want to hear this. Yeah.
I'm CEO.
I'm excited to hear
king of this island.
I'm excited to hear this.
Your explanation for it actually makes a lot of sense. Just walk us through it. What's your thoughts on Algo?
So, until I see something definitive, until I see some proof, I don't think I'll ever believe it exists. There are so many issues in this game and things that just don't work, but people think that 2K have like implemented in something that like hinders them in game, and like I think a lot of people get luck and RNG confused with an algo. So like every white you take, there's a certain percentage chance it will go in. It's very feasible that you can have 10 that don't go in a row, and then 10 that your opponent makes in a row. But that's not algo. That's just RNG working how it should. And like obviously there's other factors to come into it, like defense and badges and whatnot. But like, yeah, in my head, I think it just comes down to.
So it
RNG
basically means
like,
it's random, right? Like
yeah.
RNG stands for random number generator, right? I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
that's my take on it, and I'm fully aware I'm on this island on my own.
I respect it. The thing is, it's the only take I've ever heard that sounds like a genuine argument to algo. Like,
It does.
My take on it is like, the reason I say algo is the thing is like, I try to compare it, like last week I brought up in the podcast. Somebody said, why is the game so bad? And I'm like, they brought up a good point on Twitter. It was like, if you look at today's NBA, the way it's played, that's literally how people play online. Not the speed burst and everything, but most teams are 5 outing. And if you look at the shots a lot of NBA players take,
it's a lot of contested shots being taken, going in. And I feel like when people say make the game, more realistic, that's like kind of 2K's way of doing it, even though it's kind of like a little heightened. But then I said like algo would basically be 2K's momentum, because like momentum is a real thing in basketball.
Sorry,
like
Josh,
literally.
your mic cut out. You need to plug your mic in again. No, we can hear you, but the mic came back in. You sounded like Barry White.
Damn.
I just thought that was just me for watching it.
Just
Damn.
do a no for me like this. Just do a Matumbo.
My man's went full Terminator on me right there. He was like talking to me. I felt like
wait, I
turned
into like Chris Smooth right there.
It's got like an evil laugh now as well. So you agree that it's that skill is kind of removed from the game as well when it comes to RNG? You think it's still luck based? Do you think? Is that what you're saying?
Obviously, like you can do things like if you green a shot, then there's no like RNG about that. But like, I think when it comes down to like whites, obviously, like Ty and Splash and all these crazy good players, they do green most of their shots, so they eliminate that factor of it. Obviously, like in terms of like animations and stuff, and like getting contact animations, again, that just comes down to like randomness. It's just if you go to the rim, there's a certain percent chance you'll get a contact animation. If you don't, the defender might get a block animation. So until I see some like proof and people are like, oh, here you go, this is like coded into the game, I'll be like, oh damn, fair enough. Like I'll admit I'm wrong. But until that, like when I'm playing the game, I never think, if I'm losing, I don't ever think like, oh, the algo's against me. That's not really a thought that comes into my head. I'm just like, oh, this guy's hitting more shots, he's getting luckier.
Yeah,
that's just kind of my thinking about it. But I know that I'm on my own. A lot of people believe it exists. A lot of like comp players believe it exists, who probably play this game a hell of a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of where I'm at. It's the same. Like I don't believe many things are like scripted in 2K. Like people say about packs, there's certain methods, or ascension boards, there's certain methods. I'm just like, it's all luck.
I agree with that entirely. Yeah.
The vault as well. Big up the vault methods that don't work.
Oh god.
It's just a what you call it? A sneaky way to get views. That's what that is.
Josh, your voice. You need to stop talking for a little bit.
How does it sound? Like what's wrong with it?
You literally sound like Matumbo, dude.
Bro, when you watch this back, you are gonna die.
Oh my god, it's really that bad?
Oh my
Jesus Christ! There's no way.
You need that voice for your actual videos. It's hilarious.
Did you literally just hit puberty in the last 5 minutes?
I don't know what is happening. I'm trying to figure out what's happening.
No. This is the comment that I'm starting for everyone to do. Hashtag Josh, 30-year-old Josh.
Oh my god.
I'm on a podcast with JD, the aged.
My man just grew up.
JD, what's your plans for this year, man? What's your goals for 21?
Maybe 50k on YouTube. I think that would be a pretty awesome thing to get.
Yeah.
In terms of like in game, I've done 12-0 once, so I don't, like you said, when you get it once, you kind of don't feel like you need to do it anymore. I kind of feel like I've proven that I can do it if I really tried, which I really had to, but I don't really want to do that again.
Yeah.
Hitting the level 40s, I think I should be doing that most seasons, so that's fine.
Yeah.
And then just seeing it through and then see what 2K22 brings us.
Yeah. What do you think we're getting? So this is a question we asked last week. Do you think current gen was the beta for next gen? Or do you think next gen 21 is the beta for 22 and it's going to be a very similar game?
I think next gen for... No, I think current gen for 21 was the beta for next gen. So I think...
JD, have you played NBA Live? You played like the latest lives?
I have not, no.
Oh, I'd love to like. I need to ask people more opinions on if they think it's like NBA Live is like next gen 2K. I reckon it's so similar to like how their games are played, like how slow everyone feels and stuff like that, and a little bit stiff. Do you believe they're more stiff now?
Yeah, that's kind of why I don't play next gen, because the players just kind of don't react quickly, and it kind of feels like they're running mud a little bit. So yeah, I think I played next gen for the first like week of it coming out, and then after that, I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to what I know.
Yeah.
JD, yeah, streams as well. Like your streams are going off, man. Like they are really going off. Like it's crazy. That chat is moving at a speed where you can't see my Nando's comments. Like, is it just gonna get ramped up? Like, what's your goal for Twitch? Do you think for the end of this year?
Every day I kind of just wake up and think, that's as good as it's gonna get. I don't really in my head think that it's gonna keep on growing, but for some reason it does. But like I'm just always like so happy for any amount of people to come through, and always like so satisfied with where it's at that I don't feel the need to like chase numbers or chase extra views or anything like that. And yeah, I always think like that's the best it's ever going to be. It was amazing. Let's just try and keep it at that level. And for some reason that's kind of working. And it is just keep on growing. I think sort of like 350-ish average through February.
Yeah.
I don't know how high it can go. I don't know if that's the highest it'll ever go, but if it is, then that's still very happy.
I think your humbleness shows why it's keeping why it's growing, bro. It's probably the most humble response I've ever heard to someone with hundreds of people watching. You know what I mean? Like you literally got like a whole building full of people watching you every stream. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
If that ever happened, I would freeze. If I was in a room with hundreds of people, screw that. I am running out that door.
You're so engaging as well, JD. Like, you do make the effort that you to speak to as many people as possible, keep it interactive. If you haven't been on a JD stream, like guys, definitely go check it out. All his information is going to be in the description as well, his YouTube channel, all that other stuff. JD, we really appreciate you coming on, man. Like, it's been a blast talking to you. I think what you're doing is crazy inspiring, especially for another content creator from the UK. Jakel in New Zealand as well, being outside the States, and Matumbo over there is probably getting something out of this.
Oh my god.
We really appreciate you coming on, man. We'd love to talk to you again sometime soon.
Hey JD, I need to quickly say too, I actually messaged you way back in I think 2016 on Twitter. Is when I actually had my Twitter was my real name, and we actually talked about something about a YouTube video that you were posting. And like, that my Twitter, that's gone, like long gone now. But that's crazy to think now. And then I see how far you've come. Like, it's crazy, bro. And like
2016, that was a minute ago.
you stuck on the journey, bro. And like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's insane, bro.
Cool,
so
man.
Congratulations on all your success, bro. And I hope you keep growing.
Yeah, keep growing, man. Keep working. You're making Josh's proud.
All the Josh is proud. Yeah, cool. Thank you, man. Thank you again. We'll speak to you again soon for sure.
Absolutely, I'd be absolutely thrilled to come back on, man. It's been a hell of a lot of fun, and I think we could go on for many more hours.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna bring Matumbo back. Back.
All right, thanks, JD, man. We'll catch you soon. Take care.
All right, see you guys.
See you.
Guys, how amazing was that? We just had JD crossover on the podcast again, guys. When these guys come on, we still can't get our head around it. Like, we don't know why these guys are coming on to give us this kind of boost every week. It's such a privilege to talk to these guys one after the other, and we've got a guest coming on next week. I will give you one clue, Josh. Matumbo, don't say anything.
Nothing.
It's a guest we've had on before. That's the only clue I'm giving you. Okay. So we're going to announce that on Friday on stream. My Twitch is in the description. Go drop a follow on that. It's brand new, so every follower is a big boost as well for me. And on Monday we're going to stream as well, 6 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to talk about this podcast. You guys get in there. Let us know what you thought. Oh, there were some hot takes in there, right? Tell me what you think about JD's take on algo, things like that. Come in there and let me know that Larry Johnson is the best card in the game. Whatever you want to say, I want to hear it. But yeah, come on stream, let us know. And as always, guys, drop a comment right now. Let us know what you thought of everything. This is all about engagement. We want to talk to you guys. We want you to be involved in it. We want you to influence it and give us things to talk about next week as well. But again, a big thank you to JD. That was one of my favorite interviews we've done. Like it was really cool, and some classic moments there, especially with the voice. Cool.
Josh.
Matumbo. I'm going to come up with a hot take now. because we just touched on it with JD. I'm going to say something positive about 2K. The content has been absolutely perfect this year, I think.
All-time high.
The pace of it has been ridiculous. That's where they've messed up. It's just gone too quickly. But there's a lot of good things that they've done. Like, I really like the content they've released. I like the packs. I like the themes. I like the seasons. I like the card art. I like the cards as well. There's been, until this week, we've had a really good balance on those cards. You know, it hasn't been 5 cards that can do everything by January. Do you guys agree?
Hold up. I would agree if my unlimited reward was a player that everyone liked and it was hyped. I would agree if those were, but every single season so far has been a huge disappointment. No one can say otherwise. You can talk about Mikhail being mean. You can talk about Maxwell being a really nice card. Are you genuinely hyped about playing unlimited? No. Nobody is. No one actually wants to play their game mode. So to me, that is a huge letdown. End of the day, Terry he is better than any unlimited reward. That is the biggest problem for me. So I can't say content has been amazing. That's the only thing I feel like they've really let slide. You know what I mean? Domination, they've done well. Those rewards for the time, you know, MyTeam was really, really good.
Yeah.
Antoine's Chicken Man, like, he's an amazing card. He is really cool. And Triple Threat offline, all those rewards have been amazing. So it's just like, why is unlimited?
I literally did a video on this week, right? I literally did this video. I titled the video RIP Unlimited. It was actually the next thing I was going to talk about anyway. So I love how we couldn't compliment 2K for more than 10 seconds and we just transitioned into
Not a chance.
I'm not what, Jacal makes a good point.
Yeah.
Literally, if you switch the Vault reward cards, like from Wayne Embry and on to with the unlimited rewards, I promise you it would have been so much more sweatier.
Yes,
like, you put Terry as the 12-0 reward.
Jacal still won't be happy because they're not household names. He wants household names.
But the card is good though. The card is really good.
Yeah. It's still like, I still would have. Yeah, I don't know, but the thing with unlimited rewards, like, okay, this Maxwell is really, really good, but he's still not probably top 5 for his position. Like, if he really wanted to go down that road, and that's the biggest problem for me is like, Wayne Embry was probably more fun than what's his face. Who was the unlimited reward? It was probably Iggy that season.
That season, yeah.
Yeah. So like Iggy. Wayne
came
was
out
cooler.
at the end of the Iggy season, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, it kind of hurts when they give it. And then don't get me started on the spotlights. Like, those are amazing for everyone that wants to grind those and whatnot. But those cards are so much cooler than what I get for sweating. And like, I know I enjoy the game mode, but still, like, it's got to be some reward for me to play that game mode.
It's like, weird, guys, because look, the unlimited reward this year has been underwhelming. I agree, right? Yeah. But it's been underwhelming, and the justification is 2K want us to focus on XP. They want that to be the main game mode. And obviously that incorporates every other game mode as well. Like, you have to play unlimited to get the reward. You don't have to be good at unlimited to get the reward. I think that's the big difference. Like, win the weekend, you have to win 1 game. You play 10 games, you win 1. You don't need to be good, but you'll get the reward. So it's kind of letting 2K off the hook a little bit, because everyone's saying, oh, you know, this year it's about XP. You know, it makes sense. You know, unlimited's not their key focus, all of these different things. But it was the same thing last year. Yeah. And XP didn't exist. Those, you know, some of those 12-0 rewards were good. All of them were overhyped. Every single 12-0 reward last year was overhyped. Glenn Rice, I mean, he had a shot, and that's it. Everyone lost their damn mind. It wasn't that good.
Whoa. Glenn Rice was damn good last year. Glenn Rice was...
But that's because of peekaboos, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what made their card elite.
Not even that. His defense was... He was guarding almost every position. He was
nice. He was nice. But that's it. It's still overhyped, bro. It's the pure...
It was still a 3-and-D card, man. It was not...
It was like a 6... He was like a 6'7" Dwayne Wade at that time. He was a little 6'7" Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade's dribbled 6? No way.
Last year, with the last year's meta, what? Hall of Fame range? Oh man,
this is the same year that we had to patch behind the back because it was so OP. The dribble moves were more relevant. This is what I'm saying. People have like biased memories on this stuff, and I think that the reason I'm saying this is it's so hard to get that reward that you kind of speak it into existence and make it sound better than it is. And part of that's trying to make yourself feel better for grinding so hard for a card that actually wasn't that good. But the point is, this has been historic Unlimited is the hardest reward to get. That's a fact, right? We all agree on that?
Yeah,
it's the hardest reward to get. Why is it not the best reward in the game?
Nah,
exactly.
no, but I don't mean, I understand that, but it's like, I feel like it's a time thing. Like unlimited, it all depends on the person, because there's some people could really get that card within a day, while as the level 40 card, you don't get that in a day. It takes like a couple weeks to get it, and that's why I feel like that being the best card, that has to be the best card in the game. Like even
I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't mind that being the best card, but it's still
unlimited has to be
unlimited.
Pretty close.
It could still rival their card, because what is the whole, like, I know it's not the whole point, but it's just like you play other people on this game, man, and online is a competitive thing, so you have to give a card that's competitive. You know what I mean?
And last year, all we had was 12-0, really. So it's like you went 12-0, and that was it.
Last year,
so like they had to juice it. They had to juice the unlimited card. This year, it's like, I feel like I understand what you guys mean. Like I feel like the unlimited card should be able to have more longevity, because like we get Kevin McHale, then Anthony Davis is like, all right, he can rival him. Then you get a Hakeem, like, okay, Kevin McHale's kind of like, starting to get lost in the mist. And like I still use Kevin McHale, but yeah, man, like I understand what I feel like they need to kind of boost the unlimited rewards.
Josh, I agree with what you're saying, but here's the hard reality of it. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. You're absolutely right. Like the XP agenda reward is available 20-30 days after that unlimited reward, right? If you get it on the first day. That's basically what you're saying, right? The problem is, even when on the first day you could get Cedric, he wasn't a top 3-point guard, shooting guard in the game.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, why would like I agree with that. Like, why
was better?
We just got Kawhi the season before, same exact positions. Why would honestly, what everybody was thinking, Don All is what the unlimited reward should have been, because literally we didn't get a point guard for unlimited run. He's 6'3", he's not horrible. He's basically like an athletic Curry, but I feel like we should have gotten a point guard this season. And like I feel like they just like their timing.
Did you say Don All?
Don All. Like I just had an example.
I think the unlimited reward should have been John Wall. I think it would have been perfect.
That wouldn't have been bad too. That wouldn't have been bad either, honestly.
You understand the hype behind that? Like, so you got to look at it. The player base has got to be.
Why was it this card?
People would know. People would know who John Wall is so much more than any of these other players, and it would create just the hype that everyone would get involved. There would be people bragging about getting the card.
He's a 98 overall. He's a competitive card. He's going to have some longevity. To release a 97 card that basically, let's be honest, no one's ever heard of. Okay, he won Finals MVP, whatever. He's a good card. He's a good card, but he's not a great card.
Finals MVP?
He did. He's not a great card. He's not a great card. And it would have been so easy for them just to make it at least a 98. For me, the unlimited reward needs to be at the very minimum better than the XP reward from the previous season.
Here's my biggest thing that they should have done. If they were already going to release Dark Matter, the unlimited reward should have been Dark Matter.
Yeah,
because now we have to wait.
At least the 98.
Well, how long we got to wait? How much is left in the season now?
We're just over 10 days into the season, and we've got a Cedric Maxwell that everyone's supposed to be chasing, while there's a Dark Matter Michael Jordan.
Dark Matters, that's crazy. At least make him a Dark Matter.
It's pathetic.
You just have to, man.
Yeah, they don't put enough. I agree. Because if you look back last year, 12-0 is all we really had. The cards that we used to get were for the time when they would come out, that card was a top card in the game. Whether you got him early within that time or late, for that month, that card was still a top card in the game. And I feel like that's just something they should just implement. Like Cedric Maxwell, I just didn't like the fact that they I'm not gonna lie, when I saw he was a 12-0 reward, I was a little upset, because I'm like, why would you release a shooting guard small forward when we just got the best shooting guard small forward in the game?
Yeah.
And they're the same height, same wingspan. What were you thinking? You know what I'm saying? So 2K, but then again, it's their first time doing a game like this. I feel like they have the right idea with the XP rewards, and they should carry out with that. But I feel like they got to change their approach next year. And I feel like this is a trial and error run. But like you said, it's an all-time high. And they're just adjusting each season. What I do like they did this season is placeholder stats for D-Rob. They're gonna to see what
we called that though. We had that idea before they did.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't take a huge amount of thought, does it? Yeah,
it doesn't. And just seeing what cars come out, so that way they're all right, we got to set the standard so that D-Rob has to be this good. And this, without a doubt in my mind, he's gonna be a dark matter, because he's a 98 right now, right?
Yeah,
98 right now. Placeholder stats, it's gonna be a dark matter. 100%.
What I'd love, they just need to change the whole thing in terms of what it is. Instead of it just being a player, literally give us 10 players and you can choose one. That would be so cool, man.
10 is
so much
maybe
more variety.
Maybe 3. I think maybe 3.
Nah, you give us, they could give us 10 easily. So easy. They pump out cards. How many cards get released every time they pull out packs? Why can't you do that for the unlimited reward? That is the online game mode to play.
Yeah.
Why not? You make us buy packs, spend actual money, but I can't earn and select out of 10 players for grinding this game, which is like 30 hours of grinding.
Yeah,
if you play most of the games.
Like,
come on now.
I told you guys, I dropped a video. I literally titled the video "RIP Unlimited." The mode is dead. Yeah. And people took it the wrong way. Like, people absolutely took it. It's the community, is what happens. But yeah, people took it the wrong way. People were like, oh, well, what's the point in having good cards if you're not going to play unlimited, blah, blah. That's not what I was saying. I play unlimited. Yeah. I literally uploaded a gameplay on it yesterday. I play it. I don't enjoy it a lot of the time. Sometimes I do. But I'm going to play unlimited. Like, I'm going to play it. Because you're right. There's no point in having good cards unless you play it. But as a game mode, as like a game mode you're targeting for rewards, is dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's dead. If you look right now, we've got, like you guys said, TT Offline, better rewards. Domination, better rewards. Spotlights, better rewards. XP is better. It is literally the least. Jack Marin was better than Mikhail.
Exactly.
So Jack Marin
was what?
Jack Marin was better than... I preferred Marin to Dishinger. Just so you know, before you give a hot take, Ty agrees.
Jack Marin was not better than Mikhail. I can't agree with that.
You think Mikhail was better than Dishinger?
Hell no. But like,
I think
that's
Jack Marin
I don't compare.
Crazy.
Jack Marin and Dishinger were almost identical cards, bro.
It's first of all, Terry is a big difference. Terry has half range and half showtime, and you know it's all preference. But Jack Marin, if you compare Terry and Jack Marin, obviously Jack Marin was easy to get. But like, if you compare like the badges and like, you know, the stats, I'm going with Terry like 100 times. I'm going with Terry. Jack Marin, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I loved him. But then it's like Kevin McHale. I feel like he's a great card too. Because
I agree. I'm not saying he's a bad card.
But he's not Jack. You can't say Jack Marin's better.
I prefer Jack Marin.
I'd
prefer him as
damn near 7-footer with an 8-foot wingspan. Come on,
man. That wingspan is so overrated.
No, it's not. No,
the wingspan's so overrated because Dino's got that wingspan. Yeah. Every player as long as in this game, it really doesn't matter. It legit does not matter.
Don't get me wrong. I think Mikhail was the best reward. I think he was the best unlimited reward.
The ones we got, he's better than every single one.
He was just more important at the time, right? Because we were lacking centers in the game, especially stretch fives.
It's like we're lacking centers, and then they go and drop. We literally.
Marin's still on my bench. Mikhail's getting dropped.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. Like, you look at
the fact that you're dropping Mikhail before Larry Johnson. It bothers me. It bothers me that you still think you can run Larry Johnson and not Mikhail. Unbelievable.
Here's my thing of Jack Marin too. He is a better James Harden.
Marin was so underrated. It's ridiculous.
The reason he's better than Harden?
Ty came out and said it straight away. Ty came out and said it straight away. Marin's better than Dishinger, and I agreed. And we had this conversation on the podcast. So Josh, you agreed at the time.
No. That's before I got Terry though. Remember, I didn't have Terry yet. I didn't have Terry. I said at the time I only had Marin.
Okay,
I have both of them now. No, like I can't like. But then again, it's like the reason I did like Jack Marin. He hits a lot of whites, and Terry.
His shot is money.
No, it is. It's butter.
Shot's amazing.
Terry freaking Dissinger is like the king of full whites. I'll still take him over Jack Marin though, because I had to actually apply like showtime to him, and it wasn't Hall of Fame or nothing. And it's like he has all these defensive badges on Hall of Fame, but no Hall of Fame clamps. And it's like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But like I still like, man, I'm still sticking with my guy. Kevin McHale. I think he's the better card. But, you know.
Cool. All right. I'll yeah. Larry Johnson all the way. Anyway, this kind of brings us nicely on to, I think, probably the main topic of this podcast for me. I started this conversation. We went on a hard left, by the way. I started by saying content's been great. I think this is the point where that changes. Okay, and content specifically for no money spent, budget ballers. it's been the best 2K ever. We just spoke about Dishinger, Marin, Donald, Mikhail was good for the time. Kawhi, all of these different things. And you could argue some of them cost MT or whatever. Certainly the XP reward does. But for free cards, for like non-pack cards, it's been the best game they've ever released. We agree?
Yeah.
Like you build a squad.
In terms of the game mode, my team, it is the best, just all around. It's every year it gets better and better, but it's like almost the same things are just always the problem. Gameplay. There is always a couple things that are just abused to the death, man. They're always abused, and then it's the same. Unlimited's been my problem for so many years. It really is. Just keep giving me.
The gameplay is broken. I'm broken beyond repair at this point. I mean, until they build a new game, it's going to be bad. But just the content itself, I think they've absolutely killed it. But here's the turning point. That pack drop this week was the turning point, right? Let me spell this out. This is the first time. This is the first time this year that the best card in the game is not a free card.
Who's the best?
I don't know how D-Rob. I don't know how D-Rob is gonna be.
It's either Jordan or Zion, depending on who you agree. I haven't used either.
I feel like Jordan's gonna get over. Like, remember how I was saying like I don't want Kobe to be the first dark matter card.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like for right now, those cards are good. I still feel like there's some opals I'll take over Jordan because like, respectfully, his stats, badges, out of this world. But then it's like, how much better is he really than that opal? Like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, so what's the best free card we've got right now? Is it still Kawhi?
I still think it's Kawhi.
Yeah.
I still think it's Kawhi.
Where does he rank in shooting guards?
Top 3. I think I'll still give him top 3.
Yeah, probably 3, maybe 4.
3 or 4.
He's not even the top 2 in his position.
Right.
When Kawhi dropped, he was the best card in the game. That's certainly what I thought. I mean, maybe you could make an argument.
No. I think he was the best, 100%.
And so how long do we have? How long do we have until D-Rob? Roughly.
I think people will get him at the end. I think a week. Yeah.
1 more week.
A week.
End of next weekend, people will have him.
So if they drop, they've just dropped a power forward / small forward Zion, and then the shooting guard MJ.
Yeah.
That means a big man's got to be coming next week as well.
Kareem's coming.
Guys, do you not feel there's like a ridiculous lack of power forwards in this game? I've been wanting to say this for ages. Guys, I've been wanting to replace Anton and Diamond Zion for ages.
Yo, what if we get an opal?
I'm not getting a card that I could do it with.
You think we about to get an opal Karolinko? I feel like we might get one. I think we're due for one. We're due for one. I'm definitely gonna pick him up. I think
he is a perfect example of a good unlimited reward.
Yeah, we're due for one.
Exactly.
We're due for
Give
one.
me AK.
Why are they missing this trick? Like I said, there's cards that are just so obvious for that mode. They're so obvious. Just do it.
We just got Lamar.
Cedric Maxwell in the vault. Put him on TTO.
You know what I also want them to do for unlimited rewards, especially what they could have done the last few seasons, is make that unlimited reward a evolution card. Like, let me be able to evolve it.
Yeah.
Like a long process, but then and then it gives it more longevity because it can become better, and then that would just be so like.
Yeah, I agree.
Man.
All right,
I just want to work for 2K. You know what I mean? Give me 10 minutes and then I'm gonna make the greatest game of all damn time. I'm telling
imagine
you.
Imagine being in that meeting. Because there must have been like a few people, creative guys in that meeting. They sit down and they're like, right.
They probably looked at them and said, "Get out right now, leave."
No, like just imagine being in that meeting and someone went, "Who do we think the really desirable unlimited reward would be?" And someone else went, "Cedric Maxwell." And collectively as a group, no one shut him down.
Everyone's like this. Everyone's like this. Yeah, he gets that 1981 Finals MVP. Great, go. We're going with it.
I guarantee you, one guy with common sense. That room had no idea who he was. And they didn't say anything because they didn't want to be embarrassed that they didn't know who he was.
That's what I want to know. That's what I really want to know. You know, if I ever met a dev or whatever in real life, I would literally be like, who decides on these cards? Like, legitimately. Yeah. Tell me who does it, because I want to email him and just say, hey, you know, I can give you a few lists, probably a list of about 100 players that I would prefer over any of the players you've ever dropped on.
And there's nothing stopping you using those players.
Real quick, I remember Scott O'Gallagher. He was like a 2K. Was he a dev or something? Or
he's a
he was a part of like the gameplay aspect. And I think the last time he was really like prominent in 2K was like 19. do y'all not realize from like 19 on how bad the game has gotten? I feel like he was a huge part of why the game was good.
Well, he's
And I
at
heard,
EA.
like,
He's at EA now.
I might be at EA soon.
NBA
I might be.
I mean,
Listen,
they could come.
He used to
strong,
drop
man.
tips too. Like he used to drop tips on 2K TV, and like I really feel like he like thinking back of it, like maybe it's a little bit more than that, but I feel like he's a huge part of like the not the realness of the game, like the gameplay aspect of 2K that was enjoyable. Because it's like, yo, he's not there anymore, and it's like people can't stand the gameplay. Like, people cannot stand it, bro.
Yeah. All right, guys. Limited. We haven't spoken about this yet this season.
Because it's the lost game mode. It is. Is it
more irrelevant than Unlimited?
They fumbled the bag. I guess so, just because no one's going to play with the God Squad. You know what I mean? Like, it's not where you can just use.
I think Powell could end up as a decent card, though. He could.
Yeah. For sure. But that's not the point.
Especially what they did with Dirk. Especially what they did with Dirk too.
Oh my God, we need to talk about that Dirk.
I've seen you, Jazz. I've seen him. Oh my, I might get him, bro. Like
I have never in my life greened with a card as much as I've greened with Dirk.
Yeah.
And they changed his release. It's not horrible.
The first time I used him, I played like 3 TTO games and I went 11 for 11 from 3. And I greened like 9 of them. On a monitor that I just started using and on EU delay.
Here's another bone. Here's another bone that we have to pick with 2K. You can fix Dirk's release, but you can't fix that man Russell Westbrook's release.
Oh my God, bro. I will never forgive them for that. Like I will never I literally looked at a video of 2K20 when Russell had, I believe, Hall of Fame quick draw. That card was so. Do you remember Pink Diamond Russ, Jack? He was so good. Like when I tell you, I had Russell going again. Remember when we had the glitch LeBron, Pull LeBron? Yo, when I tell you Russ was banging with him, not only that, he dropped 70 points in Unlimited. 70 points. I barely won, but Russ was banging with LeBron. Like when I tell you, like Russ is one of those point guards who could be undersized, but you could really use him against any point.
He's always been usable.
He's so good. Like
even his cards earlier this year were usable.
Like they fumbled, like not giving him a quick release. Like they got to do it. I want a 98 Westbrook.
I was adding badges to Dirk and a few other players. Was I right in saying that Westbrook didn't even have catch and shoot?
He didn't?
Probably.
I think that's true because I literally was like I went to the badge, I went to apply to a player, and Westbrook came up. But they literally have no intention of this guy ever taking a shot in the game.
Jesus Christ, man!
I just don't understand. I don't understand.
It's like he's really a good card. Like in my team, like every year, he
really should be a great guy.
So dumb.
Well, who decides the stuff?
Guys, they just released the card Westbrook should have been. Like they literally just released the spotlights.
How don't you
is Westbrook?
How don't you give Russell Westbrook of all point guards in this game Hall of Fame showtime? Like cold range is generous. But like literally Russell Westbrook, do we have to run some clips of his highlight? That man, showtime. That man is literally showtime.
Yeah, they've never watched the game. They've never watched the game.
Never. They clearly didn't, man. Clearly.
Yeah, I mean, going back to Limited for this season, it's been really easy. Like I played 2 games this week. The first game, man, like literally, I loaded in against the requirements. It has to be a all-star from this weekend. Like this guy had the best possible team that you could have built. Like LeBron, he had Luka, Jokic. Basically, his entire starting lineup was Galaxy Opals. He had one Pink Diamond that was Paul George, and then his bench was just stacked as well. So this guy was going for it, except that he lost by 30. And then I loaded it again, got a quick rage quit. The ring popped up on both wins, which is I've never seen before. I missed it on the first time, got it the second time. I think they're just giving it to us now. This is bringing me on to another point. I don't know how I'm going to finish the grind this season, guys. Like, I honestly don't know. I don't know how I'm going to have the time to get John Wall, to get D-Rob. I mean, luckily, Cedric popped up in my account thanks to you the other day. If I had to have done the unlimited grind as well, like, how do I do that? Limited seems fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
This is the first time where I'm literally like, I think I might have to decide what I'm not going to do. And I think the answer to that might be the spotlights because I just don't know if I need to.
I have to do that. I need a point guard badly. Like Wade is good still, but he's just like the bare minimum at this point.
I've got Luka and Lonzo. I mean, John Wall definitely would replace Lonzo. He would, but not to that desperation. Like even Wes Unseld, like I'm not really fast. I don't think B-Roy's going to make my team anyway. Unseld's going to get replaced immediately by D-Rob anyway.
Definitely make my team.
Yeah, I mean, my centers are going to be D-Rob and Dirk. Like that's it. But I wouldn't mind running Dirk at power forward as well. So Wes could have a role there. I mean, I just don't know how I'm going to do it all. Honestly, like weekend, we've got podcast. I'm back to work, so I'm working 5 days a week now. Like, how do you balance this?
I'm telling, yeah, cheers. Just join the train, bro. Don't do these damn spotlights, okay? Please don't waste your time. By the time you're done, there's going to be too many replacements.
Too much.
There's going to be too many replacements.
I'm doing 2 spotlights today. I think I'm gonna start tomorrow. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, it's a lot of grinding. I kind of slacked up with D-Rob. I'm gonna have to make that decision. Like Monday is gonna have to be that decision if I decide or not whether I'm getting D-Rob. And I think I just can't miss out on this card. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the grind is easier. The XP grind is easier. I haven't done any XP for a week, so I'm literally screwed. There's gonna be a day where I'm gonna have to knock out like 40 XP.
I missed like 2-3 days.
What do you guys think about for unlimited? So you know how for limited they after every game you get to select whatever, get a reward. What if they added that similar like feature into unlimited after every win?
Unlimited after every win.
So you get like a random item or something, yeah.
Or random like pack. I would
pack or contract, just whatever, you know what I mean? Like something
I would make it more
after
enjoyable.
Every win. Yeah, well, every win would actually matter.
It's rewarding for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it would keep a bit of longevity in the game mode. You wouldn't just be playing for a win or a loss. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it definitely helps. It definitely makes it more desirable. There's Hall of Fame badges this weekend, isn't there?
That's what I got to do.
I'm gonna find some XP on that later. Yeah, you're right. Just with unlimited, they just have to. They got to shut it down and just start it again. I've written unlimited off for this year. I'm done with it. I'm gonna play it for fun. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not rewarding. It's not really that enjoyable. And again, people kicking back saying, "Oh, it is enjoyable." Okay, if you enjoy it, man, like, yeah, cool. And you might enjoy it more if the game was still better, right? It's not live and die. But they got to do something with it. They got to make it rewarding in some way to make it a grind. Otherwise, it's not a grind. It's just a game mode. It's like play now. That's where we're at with it.
Yeah.
Just jump on for a game.
Thanks.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Final thing. 250K. It's going to be over by the time this broadcasts. So,
guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, I can see it. I'm looking into the future. Ty Debo's the champion. And if I'm wrong, y'all can give me hell in the comments. I don't care, but yeah, I believe in it.
I'm just excited to watch, bro. It's a matchup of
this is so
the two best players.
Yeah,
it's so awesome, bro. And like, I think we just all need to just enjoy it for what it is, and almost use this to like catapult it and revamp this damn game mode, because so many more people deserve to get a chance in this thing. And there's so much more they could do with my team. Yeah. Like I said to Ty,
to spot us some money.
Like I said to Ty, why are they crowning a champion now? There's still 6 months of this game. It's broken.
You know what? What if they expanded the tournament to where like it lasts throughout literally the whole 2K? So that way they could finish 2K up with if they literally did that, the teams would be so crazy. That's one thing. But if they finish it off like to the end of 2K, like maybe like July, going into the next 2K, it would be so much momentum because boom, we're fresh up 250K. Now we start from the beginning and build it up. That would be
that'd be fun.
Much better thing to do.
I just like Ty's as well. Ty's idea of having 4. You just have four
tournaments.
Yeah, 400K tournaments, he said, didn't he?
Just, so it's almost like going off seasons. You could even go off, So like teams would be different every single tournament.
Yeah, man. It's not.
It'd be so cool.
The other thing about that is, which we didn't really touch on at the time, is it would take the toxicity out of this, because people who don't qualify think they should, and all the kicking off and the drama we see.
It's a lot.
If the next tournament's 6 weeks later, it wouldn't hurt as much.
Yeah. And then if you don't make any of them, then there's maybe you ain't that good.
And if someone like Ty or Smash comes out and wins every one, they are undisputed.
But look, if it's 4 tournaments, right? If there's 4 tournaments, they should take the champion of each 4 of those tournaments, have 2 from each side play, and then have like the big prize, like maybe 500K. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it'll definitely be dope to see. It'll be dope. It's just there's so many ways they could go about it and making this. And like Jaquel said, like it's ending too early in the year because it's like the biggest hype of my team. If they expanded a little bit more, further down, I feel like the hype from we're fresh up 250K, the new 2K is coming out first, the hype in the new 2K is coming out. It's another chance to try to qualify. And if there's 4 different tournaments, boom, we got to get ready for this tournament. And it's like it's constant excitement because it's like, all right, I missed out on this tournament. Yeah. This one's coming up. Then we're going to the new 2K, and then there's the big final tournament. Like there's so many ways to go about it. And I just feel like it's pure laziness. Maybe we running 2K. Maybe we need to be running it.
Yeah,
we're handing out ideas, bro. So like, let's hope they really are listening.
My idea is this: like, if I was in control of that situation, this is what I would do. COVID has obviously restricted that this year, and to be honest, it might have been better just to forget this year and just carry the money over to next year. I think they should do each season. There should be a different tournament in a different region on a different server, and then in the final season, so everyone's won money, 50K, whatever, for winning their tournament. In the final season with the OP cards, whatever we've got, we do an on-land tournament with all the regional winners.
All the regional winners, that's cool, bro.
That's how we should do it.
That's easy, simple, Let's go, 2K. Come on.
Yeah, cool.
Like literally, we're giving you the keys to the Benz right now. Just drive the damn car. Drive the damn car.
All right, guys, we're running out of time. We're good. It's been an awesome episode.
Awesome, man.
Don't like the heat that Larry Johnson got. Love the fact that Josh turned into Matumbo. It's been an epic episode. I had a trip to the beach at one point. It's been great. Guys, we got an amazing guest on next week. Again, as always, guys, like and subscribe, leave a comment. Honestly, this guy rocket straps what we're doing, guys. Like it's huge for us. The stream, like I said, my Twitch is below. I'm going to be streaming on Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, which will be tomorrow as you're watching this. And then Friday, 6 p.m., I'm going to announce a guest for next week's episode. As always, again, Josh and Jakel's stuff's on the screen. It's in the description as well. Go check it out. They've both got great series going on right now. Road to Cedric Maxwell for Josh and blind gameplays for Jakel. Yes, until next time, thanks to JD again. Thanks for watching, guys.
Later, boys.